Kitty.
That was the first thing that they're gonna hear.
We got a
Kitty. Episode 200, everybody.
Wah!
The first person who talks is Nathan's cat.
Yeah, he's visiting this week, and he wants to be part of it, I guess. I
Your
don't know.
cat is visiting?
So as opposed to like a photo
Yeah.
bomb, he audio bombed our 200th episode.
He sure did. Thanks, buddy.
Well played, cat. Well played.
Yeah, no, I'm cat sitting. I don't own a cat full time anymore. I'm a part-time cat.
You're
So.
Is that a thing, apparently?
Yeah, well, I don't know. If your mom goes to Phoenix, you get to look after the cat. That's how it goes.
All right, fair enough.
Summer.
I don't think my mom would ever go to Phoenix, but, I mean...
Okay, just example. Well, that's exactly what's happening in my life, but whatever. Sean, you did... Oh, no, wait, what was the big thing? Or the 200?
It's our
Yeah,
200th episode.
We just said it like 3 times.
Right, you're right. 4 years of podcasts in 2010, which Paul and I have dubbed the year of the games. 2010 was the best year. What do you think? Does that ring
The
true?
best year ever?
I almost want to say 2010 is the best year of like movies.
Was it?
Wasn't like 2005 the best year of games? Wasn't that like the Metal Gear Solid 3 Resident Evil 4 year?
I thought everyone said 98
I thought that was
the best year of
04.
games.
Yeah, there's like old people say 98.
Every other year is great for video games.
2010 though was really actually the year because like January kicked off with Darksiders and Bayonetta and then just kept rolling. It was crazy.
Was that no, I was gonna say was that
Red Dead was that year.
Was that Mass Effect 2?
Mass Effect 2, yeah, that was that year too.
Oh, there you
That was
go.
also that year. Fallout New Vegas, which I liked quite a lot. I don't know. I'm just saying we kicked off when games this gen anyway got really cool.
Did we start in 2010?
Yeah, we started in January 2010, right?
Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, so I guess we
Just
missed our
counting back.
4-year anniversary. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, we also kind of haven't done the exact right number of episodes for every week, right? We must have missed a couple.
It would be
in there.
208. That would be technically.
Yeah, well, we have missed a couple episodes. However, there has been times where we've done multiple episodes. Like I remember,
Like spoiler
this
stuff.
winter, we did a couple spoiling and a normal episode.
Oh, okay. Those aren't
So-
numbered ones? Like you're not counting
No,
those?
they count. Like if you go to
Oh,
iTunes,
okay.
this will be the 200th episode on that list. So I'm just counting everything as a number.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. But, sorry to our listeners for shortchanging you on 8 podcasts. We'll make it up to you, I promise. I don't know. What
yeah,
was it?
no, It's
like,
crazy, like, that
It's
we've
been
done
long.
this so long on an almost, like, I'd say we have like a 95% success rate at this point of doing it on a weekly schedule.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like we haven't lost too many to weird technical issues or whatever. Like that
There's
happened
been
a
plenty
couple
of
times.
technical issues.
You're right. And like weird.
We had some last week, Nathan.
I know.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that just
yeah.
made it sound lame, not nothing, not like dead air, just zero.
Right.
Although it's not like we would upload dead air. Didn't I do
That's
that
true.
wrong one time though? Didn't I have a muted?
I
Audio
think
stream?
you did something like that. There was
That's,
someone.
I know I've even done that, so I'm sure
Okay.
you probably, maybe.
I think I uploaded a muted podcast or something. one
I'm just
time.
trying to think of all, like of weird things that have gone through this podcast, like, I don't know, down memory lane or something. Remember when John used to record from his work office?
Yeah, and there's like just the nice hum of servers in the background.
Yeah, good
But-
times.
You have to
Yeah,
audio
yeah.
remove
Ah.
that stuff. And we used to meet in person like
did?
years and years ago, and then I was
That's
like,
how it started.
like you
Yeah.
got to see me wildly gesticulate about Deadly Premonition live as
And then
opposed to
we
now
didn't
on
accidentally
video.
talk over each other all the time, too.
I know there was not a. Oh no, sorry, go.
Yeah,
Like,
we
that's
almost
just how it
started
works.
with video, then we lost video, and now we reclaimed it.
We did, thanks to a totally different way of doing it, but also no
Yeah.
chat in the same way. But whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, there is chat, but whatever. Also, yeah, thanks to our live viewers who are tuning.
When
in
I was in
on our
Japan,
YouTube.
we did our first solo stream podcast.
That's right. This
You
is
did the
me
first one,
talking.
and then I think I don't know if it was before or after that, but Nathan and I both did solo ones that I put together.
I didn't listen to that one. Was it weird? Was it just
Well, no, I
like-
didn't put them like on top of each other. It was like Nathan does his part, and then
No,
I
no,
did the
yeah.
second part.
It was like 2 monologues. Like
Exactly.
Yeah, that would have been super weird if they were just like 2 different conversations happening
That
at
would
the
have been
same
really
time.
funny if each of us was trying to like preemptively assume what the other person said, or actually better, if
Like I do one and write a
it's allowed that
transcript.
Nathan went first, and he was guessing what I would say, but then I listened to his and tried to just jump in with what I thought he was thinking I would say. So it just sounds incredibly awkward. And
so that's what we'll do this year. We'll do some weird audio trick type ones, and I don't know. Whatever. We're just gonna keep rolling the way we are, I think. And yeah, thanks for people tuning in, or whatever. But okay, last week we left off with we were about to go do some stuff, and then we did some stuff. So.
Well, wait, what is this? What is this the 200th episode of?
This is the 200th episode of the Top Down Perspective, which is a podcast that primarily revolves around video games, but occasionally we talk about festivals and movies, I'm going to say.
It revolves around people.
It revolves around, the people of Top Down Perspective, which is Nathan, Sean, and John.
Well.
And all of our wonderful listeners.
Yeah, as well.
Yeah, they have to tell us all what they've been playing this week now, too.
Oh,
That's exactly how it works.
Some people in the chat are saying, did someone say Deadly Premonition?
I did.
So that was a pretty specific thing for Top Down Perspective, I would say.
That was for like the first 30 episodes?
No, but there was definitely a few.
I think that was probably Nathan's first, I'm going to talk about this game every week for 2 months.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at some point I deleted, I was remembering this earlier today, I deleted Tiny Tower on the air, I guess.
Yep.
Oh, did you?
I don't know how that plays on the actual listening, because it was pretty profound for me, but I just pressed an X button on my phone. It's not like you heard a thing.
I don't think there was a sound effect for it. So.
Exactly. So it's just trust me, that's what happened. And I did, but whatever. I broke that addiction.
I want to just assume that most people could feel the shackles coming off and the weight lifting from your shoulders.
Maybe. I haven't listened back, but I don't know. These are some of the things that happened over our 4-year journey, and all the things we've learned about games, each other. I don't know.
About ourselves.
This is a lot more methodical and thought out than I expected it to be.
We started this as boys, and we've grown into men.
Oh my god.
Well, I don't know. We started going to E3 on the regular. I don't know if John had been before that. Had you?
Not before we were podcasting.
Okay. So yeah, we've started going to stuff and doing things, and the internet has changed along with us, and I don't know. It's
Cards Against Humanity came out.
It did. All sorts of bonus packs and everything. It seemed like we were kind of early on that train, right? We were playing it along with the Giant Bomb community, which were kind of some of the first folks to play that. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I'd say yes about that.
I had that first packs where they were...
compared to the average Joe on the street, but I think when it comes to games, us and anyone listening to this is probably ahead of the average Joe on the street.
Ooh, there you go. Welcome to the Insider Club. Well, the Top Down. See, it's kind of like an arrogant name if you look at it the wrong way. But yeah, it's we got
we're looking down on
top
the people.
Floor penthouse suite. We're looking down. We know. I don't know.
We're the final boss.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, wait.
Well, as you can tell from our amazing streaming technology right now, we deserve the penthouse suite.
Exactly.
All
Vision cameras for both two of us, anyway. Which came packaged with "You're in the Movies," so you know.
That's where mine came from.
Mm-hmm. Hollywood. Broadway show. That's what's up.
But hey, yeah, we were going to talk about my last weekend.
Yeah, exactly. You went to some sort of music festival?
Yeah, I went a music video game festival called Rockage 3.0 because it was the third one. This was down at
Is it not Rock Age?
It's Rockage. It was
okay.
One word.
Okay.
This was down at in San Jose State University, so I took the train down there from San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Super raining outside.
Oh, I did hear there was incredible amounts of rain, almost.
We got a lot of rain in San Francisco last week. It stopped this week, but it's just been cloudy now. So.
Okay. Did that ruin the thing, or was it inside?
No, it was fine. San Jose was not raining, so when I got there, it was just oh, finally I can take this hood off.
Okay.
But San Jose is just a ghost town. There was no one on the streets. It was really weird. However, I walked by Adobe's headquarters.
Oh, okay. So they made that product that failed us last week.
Did they charge you a couple $100 to walk by?
Oh, there's a bunch of updates.
I think
I don't know.
What do you? Subscription service, so they don't do a couple $100 up front anymore, right?
Yeah. You just kind of pay.
No, now it's $100 a month now.
Something like that, yeah. Either way, yeah, no, it was fun. Tons of arcade games, tons of pinball machines. I wouldn't say tons. It was pretty small compared to the conventions I'm used to. I was getting a lot of old school Odafest vibes. There was maybe 100, maybe 200 people throughout the day I was there.
Wow,
Oh, wow,
that is really
okay.
small.
Yeah, it was pretty small. But every music artist brought like their old like NES or stuff, or like every merchant brought their old like NES or old Intellivision. So there was so many games you could just play from like I want to say almost every system I know was there, except maybe like a Atari Jaguar.
Like, did you check out the Virtual Boy or something? Was there one hooked
There
up?
was a Virtual Boy there, but it only showed up when I was leaving, and I had to literally run.
Oh,
So I
okay.
couldn't stop to take a look at it, and someone else was looking at it. Yeah, no, I needed to, because I had to take the train home, and I wanted to hear Danimal Cannon play. That was like the main reason I wanted to be there. So I
Okay.
listened to his set at 6. It went to 6:30, but he was a little late, so I went to like 6:35, 6:40. And then I was like, okay, there's a train to take me, and keep in mind, my train ride is about an hour, hour and a half long, about an hour and a half long. The train left at 7, and then the next one was going to be at 8. So I either made that 7 o'clock one, or I had to wait another hour.
Okay.
I've already been at this convention for 6 hours, and there's only like 200 of us there, so it's not a big convention.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like,
Did you play any stuff there? Like, did you get in on some pinball, or did you see a
Yep,
scapegoat or something?
I saw Scapegoat, but I didn't really play it. I watched some people play Scapegoat too.
Okay.
That game looks like Spelunky.
Like visual style wise.
Visual. And I even said that to the developer, and he's like, yeah, people have been saying that, but you know, it doesn't. There's nothing really relates to Spelunky besides the visual style. And I was like, yeah, okay, well, whatever.
No, it's a puzzle game primarily, but
For the most, yeah, puzzle platforming, yeah.
yeah.
But no procedurally generated stages or anything like that.
Oh no, yeah. Like, well, if it's like the first one, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, see, I didn't see the Virtual Boy. I did play some old Ataris and Intellivisions. Now, here's a console I had never heard of, Panasonic.
The 3DO.
Was it it was the Panasonic Reed or something like that?
Real?
With 3DO attached like technology? Is that a 3DO?
Panasonic Real 3DO. Yep.
That's the full name of the 3DO.
Technically, yeah.
I did not know that.
I believe
Okay.
the Real might either be a spin-off or the original model of it, but traditionally it's just known as the Panasonic 3DO.
Okay, yeah, I guess I never really had looked into it. I didn't know Panasonic made the 3DO, which is odd because that book was talking about the 3DO that I'm reading.
What games were in there? Like
In that one, the only thing I remember, I didn't. Oh, I can't even remember.
like Dark Forces.
Usually they'll have like the original Need for Speed or Road Rash, or maybe Alien vs. Predator or stuff like that.
What's that adventure game that Penny Caravella really likes? Another World, something like that.
Oh, like Longest Journey or something?
Maybe I don't know. I don't think it's Longest Journey. Either way,
Yeah, no, that doesn't sound right.
I did play.
Oh, you're saying that side-scrolling one.
I think so. I think I saw someone playing that on it.
Another World? Is it called Another World? Is that
I
the
don't
name? Like it has a different name too. Anyway,
I don't know.
It's
I don't
in the
know.
MoMA. I didn't like
But
it.
I played like an old like in Intellivision, which had the worst version of Donkey Kong I've ever seen in my life.
Great. Like it was like the one with only 3 stages, and it was
Yeah,
weird
but just
looking.
like the visuals were just garbage. Like it was like, is that supposed to be Mario? Because that's literally a stick man.
Like there's
that
no
is-
mustache or anything. It's just
Because there's
long.
like it's almost like they took 8-bit and they were like, well, we have like 4-bit and these bits are huge, so you know that's a guy. Come on, that's a guy. You know Donkey Kong, that's a guy.
Yeah, it's like you only know it's Donkey Kong if you've already seen it.
Yeah,
And you can
no. Apart from that, it
imagine-
was like that's barely a straight line. And the controller was terrible. So the controller looks like a phone, like it has a number pad, and then a big circle that I guess you can kind of spin your finger around on it, but it's more so it kind of like bends in
Yeah.
to whichever of like the 4 directions.
Mm-hmm.
But jump was none of the numbers. It was one of like the side buttons. So if you think of like the volume buttons on like an iPhone,
Yeah.
but instead of a
just like,
touchscreen, it's a
this
number
is-
pad. Yeah, it's like I was holding it portrait, and you move with the stupid. I don't even know what you would call that.
Like it's not a joystick.
D-pad that's a weird circle thing, and then you jump with the volume buttons.
Great.
Oh,
They
it was
hadn't
terrible.
figured stuff out yet. Conventions hadn't been set. It was the 80s. Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
That was
Video game
crazy.
industry crashed for a reason. There was a lot of weird junk out there. But
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
I guess we can go like kind of right into like what I was playing because I played stuff.
okay. I guess I'll just awkwardly insert Ghost in the Shell was really good. Anyway, it's fine. It's cool anime. I watched it right after last week's show, so that was my weekend. It wasn't. But
Okay.
Yeah.
I played like an hour and a half of Four Swords Adventures because I hadn't played that game in forever.
Oh, like the GameCube one?
Like the GameCube one, yeah.
Okay.
That game's still good, but it doesn't really work for convention because it's a Zelda game, and so the opening like dialogue thing is like 10 minutes long. So all four of us are sitting there going like, "Come on, I just want to play this game."
Like it's just like showing tapestries, and it's like in ancient Hyrule. There was this.
Yeah, it's just telling like the entire story.
Was it not
Zelda.
skippable at all?
No, it wasn't. It was not skippable.
Great.
So we had to hear about how Zelda was kidnapped and how Link got turned into 4 Links and this whole
Vachi
thing.
is out there causing problems.
Yeah, we were just like, what the hell? I don't care. I just want to play the game.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some of the arcade machines I played. Roadrunner, which is a silly game.
Is that like what does it look like? Can you describe
Roadrunner. It's Roadrunner. Like
it's okay. Yeah.
You have to run to the left. And it's almost like an endless runner, but the coyote's constantly chasing you, so you have to keep up a pace, but you can kind of double back, so you can kind of try and like circle around him.
Oh, so it's the one where you have to find like the exit or pick up the bird seed and stuff like that.
The bird seed, yeah. And if you miss 5 things of bird seed, I guess the Roadrunner gets fatigued and just like falls over and you get caught.
Okay.
It's such a bizarre game, and it's really hard. I played some Tempest, which Tempest is always awesome. I love Tempest.
Okay, we'll talk about Tempest later, but
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Dude,
all right.
I don't know. I
did not expect you to say that.
Well, whatever. That Jonathan Minter put out a new game this week that is basically Tempest again, and I don't like. Were you playing with the trackball, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know. Not the trackball. It had a little like a dial.
Oh, okay. Is that how it's supposed to be? I don't know. It just feels like you really need to find.
Tempest is technically a dial game. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need to find degree of control to like line up where you're shooting dudes, and you're like, because you're kind of just juggling all these things coming at you. And I don't know. Maybe I'm just not used to it on the Vita or something, but I was just having a tough time. And the problem is for me is just I want to just zone out and enjoy the visuals and the music and have a good time, but it's like a stressful, hard game. So it's just like you're kind of ruining this for me. Like I just want to chill and experience it, have it wash over me. And they don't. It doesn't do that. I don't know. I'm not good at it. Are you good at Tempest? Maybe that's the difference.
I don't know what good is, but I felt like I was doing pretty good for someone who doesn't play Tempest that often.
Okay. I don't know. I'm having issues with Tempest this week. Whatever. Like, what was that other game that came out on 360 that was a Space Giraffe? That as well. Like, having similar issues, but okay. Whatever. I'll elaborate when I get to that. It was a Vita thing. Okay, so you played Tempest and enjoyed it. What else?
I'll kind of just briefly go through like the rest of them pretty quick, so we can get to some more modern stuff. I actually spent some good time with.
Okay.
Played some Joust. What else did I play? Played a few few pinball tables. My favorites are probably Whitewater and Tales of the Arabian Night.
Okay.
Specifically because Whitewater, if you get enough balls in this one pocket, the guy just keeps shouting, "Whitewater!"
I've seen that one.
And if you keep doing it multiple times, he'll just keep screaming it, and that guy is so excited that there's like a waterfall happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that trigger multi-ball or anything? Or
I don't know. I can't. Yeah, because what happens is you shoot the ball at the thing, and then the ball gets stuck.
Okay, so you're locking
and
all
if you
these.
shoot enough up there, they'll all get locked, and then he'll go, "Whitewater!" And then like all the balls come down, and you're just like, "Shit!"
Okay.
And that guy is happy all the time, and that was really great. I really enjoyed that. And then Tales of the Arabian Night, its coolest thing was that when you start a game, because it only happens the first time you do it, if you not hit the genie or whatever with your ball, and once it comes back, there's a little magnet floor right below him that'll turn on, and it'll hold the ball there. So it's like the genie's using his powers to hold the ball for a second.
Mm.
And that was pretty cool. Oh yeah, and I played the Star Trek pinball machine, which has different missions you can take on, which was pretty cool.
The Next Generation one?
The J.J. Abrams one?
Oh, I didn't realize that was out.
J.J. Abrams Star Trek, yeah, it had those guys on it and their voices and stuff in it.
Oh, weird. Okay.
And it's based on I think it's just on the first movie.
I believe it's both movies.
It might be. Yeah, actually, now that you think of it, I think I do recall Benedict Cumberbatch on the thing. But just in terms of the missions, I can only really remember stuff from the first movie because it was like one of them was like take down the drill and stuff. That's apart from the first movie. So
weird.
Yeah, but that was definitely cool too. And I actually, I bought some games. Hang on, I want to go grab them. They're just right over there. I'll be right back.
Okay, go.
We'll miss you.
Whitewater, huh?
Whitewater!
Is the Arabian one a Williams table? Do you know that? Because it might have been in this one collection I have on 360.
No, maybe, I don't know. The thing with Whitewater is like at the Pinball Expo that we have here in Calgary, that one's been there before. It was a tournament game a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
So I know exactly.
Really good.
Yeah, so I know exactly what Sean's talking about.
Yeah, that guy is having a blast, and I'm there with him, and everyone's having fun.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, there was a place selling retro games. I guess they have a store right down the street from the State University, but I was like, I don't live here, so I can't check you out normally, and they were closed on the weekend because I guess they were bringing a bunch of their stuff to the convention to sell. They had a ton. They had like a Super Scope, a bunch of old SNES games in their box. Wario Woods was there.
Sweet. Okay.
And then I texted John being like, hey, are these good deals? And then he taught me all about fake GBA carts.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, that's a really rampant thing. It's been a situation since at least 2003.
For like Pokemon and stuff specifically, or
why don't you explain
any
it for people who don't know? And public service announcement from John.
All right, PSA. If you're buying used games, like for retro games, Game Boy Advance games are probably one of the easiest systems that has been pirated. So you have to actually look at the cart to see if it's a legitimate cart or if it's just something else. Like you have to make sure to see that the logo is not different because usually these reproduction carts are not that good in quality.
Okay.
They usually don't even pretend that they're trying to be like the exact same thing. Like the logo will be completely blown out, off color. The word Game Boy Advance written on the top will usually be written in a different font. Usually Nintendo is spelled wrong on the cartridge itself.
Okay.
The big one you pointed out to me was you have to actually look at the chip inside the cart.
Yeah.
Because there's a Nintendo logo in there.
Yeah, there's usually the Nintendo Racetrack logo or like the old style font for word Nintendo written on there. Traditionally, those are on the official ones. If you don't see them, that probably means it's a repro.
Okay.
Usually, the game will work fine if you buy a repro. It's just that the battery will usually last a lot shorter amount of time than any normal cart.
So your save data and stuff will be pretty crappy?
Yeah.
Or?
I've got a copy of Castlevania Aria of Sorrow that corrupted because it was a bootleg.
You talking about battery inside the carts?
Yeah.
Like there's a battery in these?
Yeah, there's a save battery.
Yeah.
How else do you think it saves your games?
That's how it does it.
Magic?
Yeah. Voodoo. That's why old Nintendo carts and stuff are probably
that makes sense
because
I remember
right?
the Chrono Trigger thing with Giant Bomb batteries. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Anyway,
but yours are all legit? What did you end up with?
These were legit. And I picked up 2 GBA games, 2 SNES games. John was saying SNES games are fine for fakes or whatever.
Traditionally, even the fakes are actually good fakes now. And traditionally, it's only Earthbound that has the fakes that I've heard of.
Okay. So I got a copy of Advance Wars for $15.
The first one?
Yes.
Okay.
Never played the Advance War games. Always wanted to. I got the last Final Fantasy GBA port that I needed to complete that collection. So I got Final Fantasy VI for $20, which is also cheaper than I've ever seen the Game Boy Advance version.
Nice.
6 is good. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a copy of Super Mario World for $18.
It's a great game. How do you tell if it's the one with the different Luigi sprite?
I believe it's the way that the phrase Super Mario World is written on the cart.
Okay.
I believe there's one version where it's all one line, and then there's the one that Sean has where the word Super is above Mario World.
So what do I have?
I don't know which is the old one and which is the new one. I can go over and check my Super Mario World cart because
mine's in front of me actually. I have the same one you do. So yeah, we're cool.
All right, so maybe it's the long text that has the different one.
Yeah. It's in the SNES right now. It's right over there.
You've been playing it recently?
For $7.
I booted it up a couple weeks ago, yeah. It's a good game.
What's that one?
This is Pilot for $7.
It's a Mode 7.
It's a Mode 7, yeah. Which I know.
Well, hold up, guys. You said that, Nathan, you have the one.
Yeah, let me.
is weird for the video people. SNES cart comparisons. Yeah, it's on 2 different lines.
Because here's mine, and this came with my Super Nintendo in like 91, 92.
Oh, but here's mine.
Okay, mine was 93, 94 kind of. So
Did it
I
come
don't
with
know.
the system?
It did with mine. Yeah, it also
This
came
is
with.
so dumb.
This is great. It also came with Mario All Stars. Yeah.
Wait, so John, yours has the full line or the 2 lines?
Yeah, mine's got a full line. I don't know how
Weird.
well you can see that. I might have to turn up the brightness a bit. Hang on.
Got it. Toys R Us.
There you go.
It was a magical day. Video games. There you go.
Just showing off Super Mario World carts. There we
Yeah,
go.
Everyone
that's
in
what
the
we're all
chat,
about.
Please point
My-
your Super Mario World cart at your computer.
Mine says on the back 1991. Main Japan.
1991, made in Japan.
Mine's
SNS.
1991, made in Japan.
Does yours say USA/Canada?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mine doesn't say Yeah, mine doesn't say
Oh,
Canada
wait.
on it at all
This
anywhere.
was- Sorry, this is Brittany's copy, so I actually don't know what's up with my copy.
Mine doesn't say Canada on it at all.
I was telling the origin story of my cart. I don't know what's this
John,
one.
how can you claim to be a Canadian if you don't have a Canadian version of Super Mario World?
I know
Yeah,
it's
jeez.
clearly a major problem.
Mine's in a storage bin.
Does your
like down
cart
the hall,
literally say Canada on it?
It says,
it says
right
USA
underneath
slash
made
Can.
in Japan, it says SNS-USA/Can.
That resolution, you guys, check it out.
Mine says SNS/USA, and this was definitely bought in Newfoundland. So
That's odd. Mine was
That's-
bought in San Jose.
yeah, maybe that's just the later print that just said USA/Can. Who knows?
Actually,
Alright.
John, maybe you have my copy and I
I
have
knew
your
it!
copy.
It's weird how that happened. Like, thousands of miles
Actually-
away.
Here's the funny thing: my copy of Super Metroid says USA/Can, so I guess that's just a change they made later.
Okay. Do not rapidly turn the power switch on and off. So there you go. That's a pro tip.
I just realized we haven't really gotten into the podcast yet, have we?
No, not really. We're still talking about last weekend.
I'm trying to think. Is there anything else left for I wanted to say about the
Special 200th
mention?
episode.
I don't think there was anything else.
Celebrating Mario.
Special 200th episode, more rambling than any other podcast episode before it.
Whatever. It's
Yeah.
rambling about games.
Yeah, it's games. It's on topic. It's so on
Yeah.
topic. We're not talking about anime or.
Oh,
any
this is
weird-
something kind of cool I picked up at the convention. It's a fridge magnet, but it's a Game Boy Advance cart.
Ooh, nice.
Huh. All
What
right.
game is it?
It's not a game. I don't know. It's Danimal Cannon, so he made his own sticker.
Oh, okay.
However, it
okay.
does have like someone ripped off the price tag, so this might have been a game.
It's just like, oh, this game's crappy. We'll turn it into a magnet. Cool.
Who knows? Okay, so yeah, actual games that I played this week.
Yeah.
Let's check-
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Unless
Or-
John, did you have anything crazy that happened last weekend?
Yeah, John, how was your week?
Boring and quiet, but I did see RoboCop last night.
All
And
right.
As the big RoboCop fan,
I feel weird about it. I liked it,
Okay.
right.
but I like it for completely different reasons than I like the original movie.
Okay.
Well, it is a different movie, so that's fine.
It's true. It doesn't try to be the original. At the same time, I mean, it's still trying to tell the similar story. Some of the characters have been changed around. Officer Lewis is now a black guy instead of a white girl.
Okay.
The police chief is now a black girl instead of a black guy.
Okay.
Murphy remembers that he's human right off the bat. He never loses his memory, which that was one of the major cruxes of the story in the original movie.
Yeah, isn't it him like finding out what happened?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
He slowly starts to like.
Is like ED 209 in it? Like.
Yep, right off the
Okay.
bat, and he's actually competent in this one.
Oh.
Like
Okay.
he was a huge joke in the first movie, but in this one he actually like is decent, for lack of a better term.
Hmm. Who's like the stand-in for the psychotic criminal Kurtwood Smith played? Like, do they have somebody? Or...
There is a stand-in. He's in the movie less,
Okay.
and I don't remember the actual actor's name, but he looks a lot like Sean Penn.
Okay. Does Michael Keaton is
Or
he
Sean,
important?
or yeah.
Sorry, Sean, not Penn.
So
Someone else?
who's the one that dies in all the movies?
Bean.
Sean
Sean
Bean.
Bean.
It's Sean Bean. Sorry,
Okay.
I knew that there's like two Seans. I got confused.
Yeah. How much Michael Keaton am I getting for my 1275?
A decent amount, actually.
Okay. I like that guy.
You know, he's Beetlejuice. I don't know if you guys know. He was in this movie. He had this weird striped suit. He's kind of this dead guy. Anyway, whatever. Sorry, there's a Beetlejuice lunchbox over here, so it's kind of constantly on the mind.
Nice.
But okay, I don't know what. So PG-13, did that ruin anything? That's why I'm like.
I don't think it was even
want
PG-13. I
blood
think it was just
everywhere.
PG.
Oh wow! So even more. So just not very violent. Just kind of RoboCop hanging around. Does it
There's a
shoot
lot more.
people?
There's a lot more shooting in this movie than there was in the original, at least from RoboCop.
But those bullets don't hit. Is that what's
It's
happening?
mostly robots he's actually shooting.
Oh, okay.
There is a couple portions where he's like shooting. Oh, sorry. Hang on. One major distinction here: anytime he shoots a human, he has a taser built into his gun, so he's not actually firing bullets; he's firing taser shots.
Okay.
So it sounds like video
That seems
game.
like
How do we
something-
make it teen?
Yeah, it's
Everyone's
like
a robot.
Contra. It's like we put robots in it, and now we can play it in Germany, like that kind of thing. But
Yeah, a little bit.
but at the same time, I think real future cops from our society wouldn't be murdering people recklessly, right? So
Yeah.
incapacitating, that kind of makes sense. But I'm assuming, I don't know.
The-
Action scenes, was it as bad as the Total Recall thing? Like,
I admittedly did not see the Total Recall reboot because I just did
Okay.
not want to. I had to watch this one, and like I said, this one at least tries to be a different movie. It doesn't.
Are there like
it's not.
flagrant callbacks? Because like that was my issue with the Total Recall one. Like they would just make jokes that were from the old movie. So it's just like the 2 weeks line with like the weird fake disguise thing. Like they basically just have a moment that is just remember that, and it was just like stop doing that. Just you're winking at the screen. Just do your own movie. Do they at any point go down that path? Like does he say you're fired and then he's clear to do the thing or whatever? Does that happen?
Sorry, you lost me for a second there, dude.
Oh, crap. Okay, it looked like it froze.
Um,
Total Recall refers back to the original movie a lot. Does this movie ever do that? Is basically
The most of a callback it will do will be like lines like I'll buy that for $1 is jokingly said there, but there's no Bigsby Snyder.
Does he say
Okay.
"Dead or alive"? You're coming with me.
Yes,
Okay, good.
at the very end of the movie.
All right.
Oh, weird. That was like in the trailer. But okay.
I think he only says it once. I don't, he says thank you for your cooperation.
Okay.
Like all the main like RoboCop lines are said, but right off the bat, RoboCop does know that he is in a giant suit. They do take an interesting turn with it. The original movie was a lot more poked fun at Reagan era economics, like just kind of the over consumeration of things.
Mm-hmm.
And
Satire.
yeah, and it was about RoboCop like trying to regain his humanity. This one, they switch out that kind of obsession with like the extra commercials they used to put in the movie and like the newscasters in there. Instead, they basically have a pundit who's played by Samuel L. Jackson, who plays the role of that like this world's Bill O'Reilly, for lack of a better term,
Oh, okay.
trying to push forward the agenda of the party he like roots for.
Hmm. Okay, so he's kind of off, like on televisions in the world, and you just get a sense of the tone, like the political.
Like they will
landscape
literally
through him.
cut to his show and like there'll be like 5 minutes of like Samuel L. Jackson just kind of ranting about shit.
Okay, sure.
And then like other characters will come on, like Michael Keaton's character will come on and talk about RoboCop and like the initiative that trying to push.
Okay.
The focus of the main story as well is more so about man versus machine in a way, because it's about like RoboCop or Murphy completely knows that he's him, that he has his family and everything, but they I feel like I shouldn't be saying this because it starts giving away the kind of the twist they
Well,
go
then
with it.
don't spoil
don't-
it.
yeah,
Spoil
don't
it,
spoil
'cause I
it.
want to see it.
Oh, like yeah, you can speak more generally, or we'll just say like, is it entertaining enough to pay money? It sounds like maybe.
I liked it. I would almost be okay with going to see it a second time, but I will say if you're going in solely fueled on nostalgia, you might not like it.
Okay.
It is better than the Total Recall reboot in my mind, though. But
Based
then
on-
again, I've not based on word of
you
mouth.
heard. Yeah.
Based on word of
Okay.
mouth.
Okay. All right.
I liked it. There's some silly little things in it. There are a couple points I'll say that's really dry, but this will sound weird, but it don't make sense to others. There were points in the movie I literally only appreciated because I'm a computer scientist.
Okay.
There are points, and this isn't really spoiling anything. There are large portions of the movie that they devote to like the research and development team of the company trying to figure out how to market RoboCop to North America.
That's kind of great.
It
Okay.
sounds like a Dilbert sketch.
A little bit, actually. Just maybe not as funny, but there's just literally points where like Jay Baruchel, I think that's how you say his name,
Mhm.
Yes.
will show up and he'll be talking to Mike Keaton. And he's like, "Yeah, I test marketed the look of RoboCop, and like 70% liked the silver look, and it's making fun of the old design."
Okay.
And then Michael Keaton's like, "No, I don't like it. Let's make it black." And then
Mm.
RoboCop suddenly is black.
Okay. Huh. Movies.
I liked it, but I can see why people wouldn't like it. And I do not think it's as good as the original.
Okay. Should there have been a giant, big budget video game adaptation?
There was that iPhone version that apparently was decent.
Oh, for this movie? Like it's out
Yes.
right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Do you have to pay to buy bullets or something? Like, is it one of those?
I don't know. It's like a deer hunting game, but like you're RoboCop shooting like criminals.
Okay. That sounds okay. I don't know. There you go. Video games.
Video games.
Let's
Let's actually talk about them.
weekends, that's what happens. Let's roll
The
right
chat
in.
is reminding me to talk that we had a Bomberman Act Zero tournament on Tuesday as well.
Apparently, yeah,
Okay,
according to
yeah,
Twitter.
why don't we just go on what you were playing. Let's tell us about Bomberman X-Zero.
All right, Bomberman Act Zero is a game we've been playing a bunch lately on my stream channel.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to host a tournament for it, and we had 32 people play. I stayed on commentary, and we just kind of had a 4-player tournament going. We streamed the entire thing. It took like 7 hours.
Okay.
It took a long time because we had one round. I think it was the semifinals that it was first to 3 with 4 players, and we went 15 rounds before we had a winner.
Okay.
The score was 3-2-2-2, and there had been 6 draws.
Tense? I don't like. Was
Yes, it was
Okay.
incredibly tense. Like we were all like totally into it. Anyone who was there watching it really loved it.
Nice. It's just so crazy. Like it's like that game was critically reviled. That's what I remember. So
yeah,
it's just
because
like
it doesn't have local multiplayer, which is
Right.
the dumbest thing for a Bomberman game.
okay. So it's like I think people might be correct in their assessment. I think I was seeing on Twitter. It's like I think this is the most people have ever played this game. Probably.
Mhm.
Like you've created a scene.
I
for,
know
like,
that's
the
the weird.
crappiest
Yeah,
Bomberman game.
it's kind of cool.
Yeah. I bet EBs over the last few weeks were just like, why are people asking for this? Just like, I don't know. It's like $4, and they're just getting rid of them. People want it. It's cool. You're creating demand, stimulating the marketplace.
Hmm
Good job.
We did it. We did it. We brought back Bomberman.
Yeah. Who won? Like, who got crowned?
Dan the Enigma was the winner.
Okay.
He won and beat everyone.
What do you say about Bomberman matches after 7 hours? Like, you've seen it all, right? Like, what do you keep saying?
It's more about
man, he barely made it out. Like, it's just like,
it.
yeah.
It kind of is in a way because there's a lot of the thing with Bomberman is the most exciting thing about the commentary is clutch plays. So like there'll be points where like, oh man, like he's surrounded by. Here's the thing too with Bomberman X Zero, you can have
Okay.
infinite bombs. You can have an infinite amount of bombs on screen.
Okay.
Because in every other Bomberman game, like you're limited to like 8 at the most.
Mm-hmm.
This one's like, oh, here's a power up where you can just have infinite bombs. Here's a line power up. Fill up the entire screen with bombs. We don't give a shit.
Okay.
And then that's what people do. So now it's more a case of, okay, this entire portion of the board is now covered in bombs. Can you survive it? So there's just like a lot of crazy plays. A lot of people have different ways of playing it. And like I said, it's actually fairly engaging.
Okay. Who knew? Bomberman Act Zero, secret stuff.
That's why
Just
we
got
have the Major League Bomberman X Zero League.
Are there more events planned then? This is the first of many. This is ongoing initiative.
Yeah, well, I do like random game nights every couple of weeks.
Okay.
We might do
Yes.
another tournament in like a couple months.
Cool. I never played a lot of Bomberman. I don't know, like any of them.
That's a shame, dude. Bomberman's really fun.
I'm told, especially like particularly the multiplayer, right? So I guess that would have been the reason not to rent it at any point. But yeah. Cool. Multi-taps? Wouldn't you need those usually for systems?
For the SNES, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Super Bomberman came with a multi-tap. Both of them did.
Ah, okay.
Unless you already had the multi-tap, then you can just buy the cart.
All right. So other than Bomberman, which is streaming related stuff,
Mhm.
what did you get up to this week?
I played a
game-wise?
game that you posted about that ended up getting me into it.
Yeah,
Maverick Bird.
I played that this morning,
Yeah.
which we don't have to. I don't want to totally get into like so much why we're playing it yet, because that's in news and there's a big story behind it.
Yeah,
But
well,
just-
whatever. We can just be like, hey, this is the new game from Terry Kavanagh, maker of Super Hexagon and VVVVV.
Yep.
V, or six of them.
Yeah, 6 Vs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had it. You had it with the last one.
Okay. I always do that.
You're one shy.
How far? Like, how many points did you get? Because I kind of was.
48.
Damn it! All right, you times 4 my score. I got 12.
I was gonna. Oh, really? Because I got 4. Then again, I played it for about 45 seconds and was like, all right, I got it. Going to work.
Oh, okay. Whereas I kind of got hooked for like 10 minutes or something, and then I kind of stopped. I love that it changes color once you beat your old score.
That's the thing that kept messing me up.
It does mess you up, but it's
every
kinda
time
like,
the color
yeah.
switched, I was like, crash immediately.
Yeah.
And then whenever you get a medal, it would flash on screen and then it'd crash immediately. So
There's like some weird obstacles, like kind of that weird staggered single thing.
like near the
single
bottom.
block, single block, single block, kind of like in a stair-like structure.
Oh,
but,
that
like,
one, yeah.
sloped against you. I'm just like, I don't know what to do with that. I just die every time. It's just that's not.
You just go through the gaps.
I know in theory what I'm supposed to do, but I've never managed to make it happen.
You mean the one that just goes diagonally down, right? Not the the little.
Yeah. It goes
Okay.
diagonally like against you. It's like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird. And that track just loops forever, and it's pretty good.
That's a pretty good track.
I like that song. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
It just sucks that you have to have like focus on that game to get music, otherwise it will just immediately stop playing. I
That's
think
true,
it's actually paused in one of my tabs. I just noticed.
Yeah, that's what I did. Is I was like, I just want to listen to this song. I'm gonna go somewhere else, and then it didn't play, and I was like, I'm going to work.
Okay. But yeah, I guess we'll elaborate on why this game even exists later, but it's pretty fun, and it's on his website, I guess. Just type Maverick Bird into the internet, and it'll show you where it is, and you can play it. But yeah, there's a dive button. It's kind of crazy. Controls.
Shakes things up.
Yeah. So Maverick Bird.
Mm-hmm. And I also played. Did I list 3 games this week?
Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
at 3 games.
Skullgirls. I played Skullgirls this week.
I heard of
Didn't,
that
like,
game.
A new version or something come out on Steam.
That's Skullgirls Encore, which is basically just Skullgirls. Because remember, the company, they had to get out of their contract with Konami because they were trying to take the game down or something like that. They weren't allowed to add DLC or anything.
Mhm.
I don't remember that, but now I know.
This was last year. We did report on it.
All right. Well, as long as one of us mentions it.
But yeah, basically, Revenge, like the company that made the game, had to become a new company, change their name. They had to change the name of the game slightly so they could regain the copyright.
Is it now Skullgirls with a Z?
No, it's like Skullgirls Encore, which is why
Oh, okay.
it's still Skullgirls, but they just changed the opening name slightly
Except
now.
the first S is the one that gets switched to a Z.
Exactly, Skullgirls.
Okay. Wait, sorry. What was the new? Was it the Konami thing? Didn't they have something to do with this?
Yeah, Konami was they originally published the first time.
And then they just kind of quietly started taking it down or something.
Yeah, so they were like, okay, we've got to get out of this contract. We're gonna try to get it back up, re-released.
Was this game completely like crowd-funded, or was it the DLC and stuff?
The DLC.
I seem to remember it
The
being
DLC.
Okay. Part of that wave of Kickstarter/Indiegogo interest and all that. Or
Yeah.
what was the site they used?
They used Kickstarter.
Oh, they did use okay. Yeah, very successful fighting games.
Or
Were
actually,
playing-
Skullgirls I think was Indiegogo, now that I think about it.
I thought it was one of the other ones, but yeah. Did you play online or something primarily, or what were you messing around with? Single player? Is there single player?
There's single player. Someone challenged me to play it, so I sat down and like it was my first time playing the game, so I sat down and just played it a bunch with them.
What would you liken it to as a fighting game? Is it like kind of Arc Systems kind of stuff, or?
Yes and no. I think the best comparison I heard was a mix between Marvel vs. Capcom and Street Fighter.
Okay. So
Or
a lot of
Marvel vs.
projectiles
vs. Capcom and King of Fighters. Either one, really.
Oh, okay.
Because it's got the fast-paced setup. You can have multiple partners that you can summon in and use like their assists and stuff like that, or switch out on the fly.
Okay.
Or you can just play like one-on-one. And then like some of the characters have air dashes and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, a little light arc system works. I would more akin it to Street Fighter or King of Fighters.
What's the like? Is it kind of that really well animated sprites kind of look? Like,
Yeah,
like a Neo Geo.
that's usually where the arc system works comparison comes in because of how well animated all the sprites are.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
wasn't Skullgirls' big thing like just the number of frames into all their animation? Like it was really heavy on that.
Yeah, but like the trade-off for that is there's only 8 characters.
Right. Okay. 'Cause
Nine
it like costs
if
so
you count.
much.
Yeah.
to implement more because it's like
9 if you count the
amount
very
of-
first DLC character, but that DLC character is $5. So
wow. Okay.
yeah, so I didn't pick it up.
But generally feeling it. You're
Yeah,
kinda
no,
like,
I liked it. It felt good.
Okay.
Each character feels different enough that it works. It was just weird playing it for the first time, I guess, and against someone who was like not holding back. It was just like, okay, I've got to learn this game like on the fly right now,
Ugh.
and
Okay.
then hope for the best.
Welcome to the deep end.
Also,
Sounds-
the random in that game really seems to prefer specific characters for me. I don't know why. I kept getting the same 3 characters over and over again on random. Which I mean, that's like a 1 in 8, 1 in 7, 1 in 6 chance for those characters to show up, but
yeah.
still.
And you played one more game.
I did.
Which will nicely transition into what I played.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bravely Default.
I'm playing it right now.
Nice. How
What?
far
Oh,
are you
man.
in it?
I'm still in Chapter 2. This game is long.
I just got to Chapter 2. What level are you?
My guys are 28.
Wait, whoa, what?
Why are you like level 37 and you're in chapter 1 and it's
I'm
like
level
what?
I'm level 36. Good guess.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so I was gonna say this game, like, I don't know if I just suck or I'm not grinding enough. I thought I was grinding enough. It's hard, and I'm
Well,
like, I need to hurry up because I was like 6 hours in and I hadn't finished the.
I
I
think
wasn't
you're.
even
I
at
think you're
chapter
just.
1.
I think you're just not. Yeah, no, Chad. The prologue is actually fairly long.
This whole game, I looked up how long to beat. This game is 60 hours long.
Oh, jeez.
Wait. I heard that this you can actually toggle the encounter rate, so maybe
Yeah.
you have it set too low.
No, it was at 0%, and I didn't. I need to go through it faster than average. So I put
Okay.
it on easy for a bit, which helped me speed through chapter 1. I have it back to normal difficulty now, and
Okay.
just the levels I got, I'm still doing just fine in chapter 2.
Oh, okay.
I got to be like at least halfway through chapter 2. I've done like both of the sub quests in chapter 2. This game is so long.
In a is that bad? Is that a pejorative?
No, that's get more for your money for sure. But just as someone trying to review this game,
Yeah,
I
from a
need to
reviewer
go
standpoint,
faster.
you're in a bad point. But like, I'm playing the game with hard and like max encounter rates,
Oh, okay.
and I'm
see,
having.
I don't
a-
want to do that at all. That sounds terrible.
I will be honest. It takes a fucking long time at times. So there'll be points where I'm like, all right, fuck that encounter rate back down.
Yeah.
But like that's one of my favorite features is that you can literally like, okay, I've got the encounter rate at plus 100% right now, but I can drop that down to minus 100% if I want.
Yeah, and the game will even mention, like, yeah, you can do this, but you might regret it later, so just keep that in mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they give you a lot of control over the whole experience.
Yeah, that's
which
definitely
sounds
quite
kinda cool.
nice.
How many
One thing
how many jobs do you have right now?
Oh, I have to check. I'm in the middle of a fight. Give me 1 sec. I just unlocked Valkyrie.
Okay, so the last thing I unlocked was like Time Mage.
Okay, so I think I have about 3 more than you.
Okay, fair enough.
Let's see.
Mm.
Have
Uh,
you
okay, I
maxed
have,
out any of the jobs yet, or what do you?
Freelancer, Monk, White Mage, Black Mage, Knight, Thief, Merchant, Spellfencer, Time Mage, Ranger, Summoner, Valkyrie.
Okay, so you've got Ranger, Summoner, Valkyrie.
Looks like I have about half of the circle filled.
Yeah, there's 24 jobs, I believe, is the number.
So that must have been 12 heard.
Do you have any of the jobs maxed out yet?
No, not really. The
What do
closest
you-
I have is Knight is level 8, I want to say.
Yeah, because when you get, I think the gap from 9 to 10 jumps from you only need 800 points to 3,500.
Wow, yeah, no, I have a White Mage and a Black Mage that is 7, and White Mage is 8. So, for the most part, I've kept 2 characters on those. My main guy was a Knight for the longest time, but I just made him a Valkyrie. And then Adia has kind of just been switching to whatever I thought was cool.
Mm.
So she's pretty low on everything, but she's really, I don't know, well ranged, I guess.
I kept Tiz, the first character you get, as a monk up until this point. So he's a level 10 monk, where 14 seems to be the max. Then I just switched him to a spell fencer.
Spellfencering is great. I like that class.
It seems pretty cool, actually. I'm running around with like bare fist because of the monk ability. So I'm like lighting my fists on fire and then just punching enemies.
I love the two-handed skill, and then just give them a sword. They do so much damage that way.
My only problem with that is the shield. Like I've got this really good shield I think called the Bloody Shield.
Yeah, my mages have the bloody shield.
Yeah, like enemies will do like no damage to you if you have that. But I mean Tiz and Ringabel on my side have like bare fists and a bow, so they can't
Okay.
use the shield.
Cool. Okay. Cool. I like one of my favorite things is you can speed up the battles. That's incredible. That is a game changer. Like, what's really nice, and like you can change the difficulty, you can change the counter rate. Is it seems like an old school JRPG that like is embracing modern times.
Okay. Like, what do you mean, like, speed up? Like, just, like, is it active time battle system or something?
No,
Like,
it's turn-based, but just the fact that you can speed up the animations. So I get all my guys, I set all their attacks, and then it'll just go through the animations 4 times as fast as usual.
Oh, okay. So dude runs up, hits him with the sword, but it's like that. It's just, let's go. Okay. Cool. Are you liking that weird kind of bravely default battle system? The, like, shoring up moves?
It's kind of cool. The only problem I have with the battle system is that they have this reward system where if you beat everyone in one turn, you get bonus experience, and the more times you do that in a row, the more experience you earn.
Mm-hmm.
If you beat a fight without getting hit, you get bonus job points, same setup. And if you kill all the enemies at once, you get bonus money, and the more you do that, the more it happens.
Okay. So you kind of want to play each battle so a bunch of bonuses can happen?
Yeah, but there's a problem with the system. Randomly encounters you fight, the enemies will get first attack, so you don't even get to attack, they immediately hurt you, and then you lose one of the bonuses.
Wow. Okay.
That is, at the moment, my only gripe with this game, is because, like, okay, you want me to focus on this bonus, and then you won't let me keep it. I haven't found an item yet that will prevent them from doing that, but I mean,
like they get a preemptive strike kind of thing?
Yeah, that's basically what they get. The enemies get preemptive strike, and they completely drop my combo.
And in no way is that your fault. Like they snuck up behind you or something. Like,
yeah, essentially.
Truly random.
Yeah, it randomly happens.
Okay.
I don't know if there's a way around it. I know there are items you can get that will up the odds of you getting a preemptive strike. I don't know if that negates that. I haven't tried it yet.
Well, it sounds like all like the RPG battle mechanics and stuff are cool. Like, how is the story conveyed and all that stuff? Is that interesting too, or?
It seems all right. Sean, I don't know why you had a problem with the voice actors. The voice acting.
I hate the voice actors. And every time they introduce like a new bad guy, he has a terrible voice.
Did you switch him to Japanese or anything? Or
I haven't switched him to Japanese, but I just can't.
It is an option there. I saw it.
Yeah, I know you can. I like the music in this game so much.
Music is fantastic. Incredible soundtrack.
Yeah, no. For the most part, like I have the music off anyways because I'm playing on the train or whatever. But or right now. So.
Are you still encountering people with the Street Pass stuff? Like, is that?
Yeah, no, I'm encountering a ton of people.
Okay.
So, John, what do you think about the village stuff?
The village stuff is actually pretty cool. I like that they put a method in that you could still do it if you don't Street Pass people.
Like yeah, they'll send you like people over the internet, right?
Yeah, every day you can get a new 3 people usually to add to your village.
I'm assuming you haven't really been street passing with anyone then?
I have street passed one entire person who's had this game.
Okay, so how many people are in your village?
15, I think. I can open it up right now.
I have like 50 something.
Jesus, really?
Yeah.
San Francisco.
So I have almost everything is fully fixed. Because level 11 is where they max out.
Level 11 is where the building maxes out?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got the item. My item shop is at 9. Everything else is about 4 or 5, and I'm just about to reclaim the last area in about 13 hours.
Like, how would you characterize that kind of stuff? Like, do you find it, oh, this is like weird, gross phone transactions getting in my game, or is it kind of
here's the thing
to like space out your play sessions or something?
There is one actual money transaction setup in this game.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's kind of incredibly insignificant.
Yeah, I barely it's the sleep points, which lets you kind of have a turn really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Which you get just for the game being asleep, but I even forget I usually have it and don't care.
Okay.
Like it's easy enough to avoid.
Yeah, so the way it works is every 8 hours that your 3DS is asleep and the game is loaded, like your save file's loaded, you'll get a second point or sleep point, one of the two. And whenever you press start in the middle of a fight, no matter what's happening, the fight stops and you get a free attack. So even if an enemy's about to use an insta-kill move on you, you can literally be like, all right, hang on a sec, I'm going to use this move instead. And hopefully that kills you before your move even hits me.
So it's like a cool thing, but it's not like you can't play this without it or anything.
Yeah.
It's not, okay.
I loaded up the store to see how much it was because I was honestly curious. They give you a bottle that gives you 3 of those points immediately for, I think their starting price is 50 cents.
Okay.
But I have a feeling they say that's a discount price. Your first one's cheap. I would assume that means it's $1 for any bottle past that.
Right. But why would anyone need that?
Yeah,
seems
pretty
to be.
much. It's literally there if you want to speed up the process of going through the game. You do not need to do it at all.
Okay.
I've barely used my Bravely Second moves as it is. Sean, have you been using them at all?
That's what I'm saying is I usually forget I even have the option to do it because I feel like that's kind of one of the weird things with the battle system because you have the Brave feature where you can attack so many times in a row. I just don't understand why you wouldn't start every battle with everyone doing attacks and get 16 attacks. I normally kill every enemy that way.
It's because it's in case of enemies that you don't kill, because then at that point,
Even then, they're going to do like 4 attacks to me, and I'm usually going to survive it, and then I'm going to do 16 again.
it depends. Like if your armor and defense are up, then yeah, it's not a big deal. You'll take I've took a couple hits. And
Like
I'll
the
go
one
again.
time I won't is if I'm at a boss.
Yeah,
I
and
won't do it if I'm at a boss. I'll go a little more cautiously. But any random encounter, I do 16 attacks in a row because with my success rate, it's usually like 95% guaranteed. I'm going to kill everything in front of me. Worst comes to worst, one survived, and it might take out one guy max. But then I'm going to get at least 12 attacks in a row again. So, to answer your question, no, I don't really use Bravely Second ever because I normally forget. Like, I just did a boss fight. I completely forgot I had that. And I have 3 of those things because, I go to sleep and I get points. But, yeah. But, Nathan, no, to jump back and answer your question with the village stuff, there is no real transaction stuff with that. It is time-based, which I know some phone games do work on. You can only play it for a bit and then you got to wait or pay to do it earlier. We don't have the option to pay to do it faster. We have to wait. But it's also such a small, like almost insignificant part of the game that it's not like it's not the only thing. Whereas the phone games, that's the only thing there is.
Right,
no,
right,
I don't
right.
need to even look at this because I'm going to go play the real game, which is a big JRPG.
Okay.
Yeah.
And all I'm getting is unlocking more items, which I, for the most part, can't buy a ton of them because they're really expensive. So they're more late game stuff. So it's okay if they take a while to unlock.
Yeah,
And
it almost
the rate
looks like
I'm street passing, I'm finishing it really fast. Like it's not even. I'm not even at the point where I'm like, man, I need to do this faster. I'm almost at the point where I'm done, and I'm never going to even think of it again. So if anything, I'm doing it too fast.
Okay. I guess I was like, it seems like it might be intentionally kind of paced out to like correspond with your adventure. Like
It is.
I think that's
your
the
village is
idea.
built up, and you are also towards the end of your quest, and you have all these cool items and stuff.
That's the idea, but like if the faster you do it or the more street passes you get, like I've got equipment that is better than anything I can buy in the new towns I walk into.
Same with me. But then again, there's also some equipment that it's like, this is $99,000, and it's like, I'm probably never going to buy that.
Okay.
Yeah, that really good shield I was talking about is 10,000 each. So at the point I was
Your
at in the game, I had
bloody shield?
yeah.
I just bought that for 5,000.
Oh no,
5,000
sorry.
in my
Oh
game.
no, shit. What's 10,000?
I don't know what you're talking about, but the blade
Oh, it's
shield
the
is
helm.
5,000.
Sorry, it's the helm. It's the why? It's either the gauntlet or the helm that you get. Either way,
I don't know which one you're talking about then, because I don't think I spent 10,000 on anything.
I think it's a gauntlet I bought. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I guess last question for me. Like, you guys are playing kind of opposite ends of the difficulty spectrum. Like, John, are you feeling overpowered or underpowered?
Here's
or
the thing.
anything?
I've been playing this game on hard since day one, and I've had 2 points in the entire game where I came close to dying.
Came close. You didn't even actually game over.
No.
Okay.
One was when you get an airship fairly early in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, I'm going to go land in this location, see what happens when I go here. Oh, these are enemies like 40 levels higher than me. 3 of my guys died in 1 hit. I used Bravely Second and ran.
Okay.
That was like one of the few times Bravely Second came in handy. The second time was in your town, you get Street Passer, you download like these nemesis, these giant monsters.
Okay.
And I went to fight one of them when I was a little too weak, and it started destroying me, and then my 3DS crashed.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah, it was like, wait, why did the game freeze? And then suddenly the 3DS said, yeah, Bravely Default crashed. Here, give us a second, we'll restart the system.
Huh.
And
okay.
then it was like, oh
That's
yeah,
weird.
no, you never fought that monster. You're good.
Saved by a horrible bug. I don't know.
Pretty much, yeah.
Sure. But generally speaking, you're having a pretty easy time. Like, is it unexciting then, or is it still a good balance or something?
I'm still enjoying it. Like it's not that hard. Hard mode is not that hard, but like I said, apparently I'm also almost 10 levels higher than Sean is, and he's farther in the game than I am.
Right.
And
So
you're just grinding so much, and I don't think I have the patience.
Here's the
to
thing.
live my
I'm not
life like
I'm
that.
not intentionally grinding. I am not
does it
intentionally
feel
grinding.
like you're grinding? It's not.
Well, your encounter rate is at 100% extra, so you were intentionally grinding.
That's the closest thing I have to intentionally grinding, but I'm not like, all right, I'm gonna sit in this area and just fight a bunch of monsters, level up, then move on. I'm like, all right, I'm
instead
gonna go to the
you're
next mission. I'm just fighting a shit ton of monsters along the way.
exactly.
Okay.
That's the same thing.
Not,
But
well, I
it-
mean, like, considering how many JP points you need to level up a job, though, it's stupid because the difference between getting from level 9 to level 10 in a job is literally more points than it takes to get from level 1 to level 9 in a job.
But I'm almost glad to hear that because this game is 60 hours long.
I guess that's true.
Again.
But you get 24
reiterating.
jobs.
This game is 60 hours long.
You're saying that, like, do you feel like being in a review position is kind of making this worse, or I don't know, like, would you be enjoying this if you could space it out? Like, it sounds like it's like, I don't want it to be 60 hours long. I want to beat it. Like, this sucks. Like, is that fair? Or?
I don't know. It's a good question. I wouldn't say the length is bugging me in any way. It's definitely ensuring I'm playing it in a certain way, but that's
Yeah.
also probably the way I would be playing it. That might just be because of habit. Like I like to go quickly through games.
Like, binge hard on RPGs.
But I can
specifically?
still appreciate, like, yeah, this game is long. You're going to get a ton out of it. If you want to grind a ton, it allows you to do that. So that's definitely a good thing.
I guess does some of the length seem like this is just padding? Like, nothing happened in this dungeon. Like, that was just a waste of the
I
cast
haven't
of the
done
game.
that yet, but like I said, I'm
Okay.
still in Chapter 2, and I'm only around, I want to say, maybe 10 hours into this game.
Oh,
This game
okay.
is long.
Yeah,
So-
I've definitely spent more time than he has.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
Sounds kind of neat, though. I don't know. Like, especially with some of the details about the battle system I've been hearing. Like, it's like, oh, it sounds like some novel ideas. So, yeah. But, I don't know. I booted up Persona 3 yesterday, but I didn't play it. But, like, I think if I'm going to go down a JRPG tunnel, I think, Shin Megami might be where it happens. So, we'll see what happens. But, yeah, I don't know. But I guess, yeah, Sean, you've both been playing that. John, that's pretty much everything.
That's
you
all I've
played.
been playing. Sean, take it
So-
away.
Yeah,
Sean,
my last
also
through pretty
pretty
quick. Risk of Rain again. I don't know if I mentioned last time, but we beat it on hard.
Yeah, you guys are kind of masters of that game now. So
We've done quite a bit. Now we're just kind of dicking around with all the extra characters, just trying to get the last achievements and whatnot.
yeah.
However, they did announce that game is coming to Vita, so that's kind of cool.
That sounds
don't know
like. Do you
how
think
the
that sounds like a
trigger
good
attacks.
fit? Like, that seems like a good.
I was
fit.
thinking like this would be cool to have on the go. Again, I don't know how the back triggers are going to work if they're going to make them touchscreen or not, so that might be kind of awkward. But
Yeah.
and that game at the moment is 40% off for anyone interested in picking it up on Steam. And then the other game I've been playing a good portion of waiting for meetings to happen is Threes on iOS. Nathan, you talked about this last week.
So what is this? I don't even remember it being talked about last week.
I
yeah,
brought
Nathan
it up,
brought it up
but
briefly.
I
It's
only
a-
had just started playing it.
It's a really simplistic puzzle game. It's by the people who made Puzzle Juice,
Yeah.
and I believe one of the people who did Ridiculous Fishing.
Oh, Vlambeard part crossover. on there?
I think that's what I heard. I know for sure it's Puzzle Juice because it says that in the on the menu.
Okay.
I played Puzzle Juice. I liked that quite a bit. But the way it works is it's a 4x4 tile game where there will be different number tiles on it. There will be either ones, twos, or white
Multiples.
tiles that'll be 3, 6, 12, 24.
Yeah,
like it'll
multiples of
double,
three.
but start with
yeah,
3.
Yeah.
And then ones and twos can only combine together with themselves, and then every other number can only combine together with itself. So 3 can only go with 3, 6 with 6. But like I said, 1 and 2s can go together to make a 3, and then you go on. And you
Yeah.
basically, every time you swipe the screen, it'll move every tile that has a position to the opposite side. It'll move them over that direction. And then one new tile will come in, and you need to kind of keep moving all the tiles around into each other, combining them to get the highest numbers you can before the board fills up and you're stuck.
Yeah.
And then the strategy comes in. You can see what color the next tile is. But like I said, ones are blue, twos are red, but everything else is white. So you don't know where it's going to land and what exactly it is. So there's a bit of luck, but enough strategy in there to keep it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's super simple. If anyone's interested right now, it's on sale for $2. Normally it is $3. So I would, if you're interested, now's the time to pick it up.
It's been doing really well on the App Store too. It's like
Yeah, people are quite into it. But yeah, no, I've definitely been enjoying it. I don't know what this option does, but there is a power saving mode in the options, which I have
Okay.
turned on because it's my phone. Like I said, I don't really know what it does, but it's kind of nice to know this game is trying to take up less power.
Huh. Weird. And like I don't know, I kind of was sort of into how like the tiles have little personalities, sort of like it's like different characters or the different multiples of the numbers. So you'll get to like 3J or something is 192, I think. He's like they all speak and stuff. It's kind of weird. I usually have the sound off at this point now though because I've been playing it quite a
Sounds
bit.
off for me as well.
Yeah, I was not very good at that game for a long time, and then I watched like a feature Polygon posted like today, I think, that was like how to win basically, and now it's just you keep your biggest number in one of the corners, and then everything just works way better. And like my top score went from like 2,500 to almost $8,000, so I don't know.
Wait, sorry, what was your tip?
It was just keep the biggest number in the corner, like always have like a central point that you are orbiting everything around. Don't move around one, like just even if it feels weird, like there are points where it's just like this is going bad. It's like no, as long as that's staying there, everything's kind of moving towards it, and it ends up just kind of going your way for the most
I
part.
was
At
actually
some
doing the
point,
opposite. I thought having a big number in the middle would be good because I have more access to it.
but then like weird stuff's coming from the edges, and it has nowhere to go. Seemed to be kind of what was happening. Like I thought I was doing good too, just on my own. I was like, 2,800, that's pretty sweet. And then it's like, no. You want way bigger numbers than that. So I finally got, I think, a 384, right? That would be one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I remember I put a challenge on you to Game Center, and then the next day you had passed me.
Oh, okay. I haven't been doing much of the community stuff with that game, but I don't know. It's a cool novel puzzle game. I haven't seen anything quite like that. I guess it was on the Bombcast. I think they were saying Money Puzzle Exchanger. It's like that. So if anyone has played that, it's a little bit like it. John, have you ever played Money Puzzle Exchanger?
I keep hearing the name of it, but I've never played it.
It's I guess Neo Geo stuff or something.
Yeah,
but...
I have played Windjammers. That is a superior Neo Geo game.
Oh, okay. There you go. That's like Pong with power-ups, right? That's kind of...
No power-ups. It's just like fast action.
Well, I know, but there's like
Frisbee Pong.
weird, frisbee...
Oh, the super moves. Yeah, there's super moves.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we've transferred over to me with my stuff now because Threes was kind of the last thing you're playing, right? So Threes, I also played that. It's on here because it's true. I played some of that Flappy Bird, that game.
Right, you played it last week too.
I know. I guess I just want to bring up this stupid thing that okay. So for reasons we'll get into, I can no longer ever get the final update for that game, so I have like 1.0, and it's like he patched in better graphics and like multiple birds and like different background stuff, and it was just like I will never see that ever. I have like vanilla original Flappy Bird.
Oh, you mean you didn't get the last update?
Yeah, like I saw it listed. It was like like I have auto updates turned off, and it was just like I have some updates. I have 16.
Wait, why do you have auto updates turned off?
I don't know, but I do, and I chose that. I made my choice, and I have to live with it. That number went from 16 to 15, and I didn't realize why until it was too late. It was just like, oh no! So I'm trapped in old world forever. But whatever. We'll talk about that. I got 22. It's my best ever. I'm not very good at that game. Zero Escape, Virtue's Last Reward. I played more of that. I know I'm not allowed to spoil anything, but I guess I'll just say I got to unending, so I've beaten it. But obviously, if you've played 999 and whatever, you know that's the beginning of the journey. It seems like each branch is longer, but that also might be because I'm still encountering all sorts of new content, so I'm not able to skip a lot of stuff. The skipping goes way faster though, so that's kind of cool. And yeah, just characters screwing you over, just people not doing what you want, and it's just kind of weird. And I'm still kind of trying to figure out how to juggle that dynamic. I guess like a few things, they incorporate the flowchart just in the game. So unlike 999, where it's basically unofficially you should really be using a walkthrough, they just put that in there for you. So it's easier to track how to reach new content and see new puzzles and whatever. And I guess maybe a sort of a negative thing so far, I feel like the main character is maybe a little less defined than the main character in the first one. Like Junpei, I actually kind of felt I got a better sense of who that guy was, whereas I've only ever seen my main character Sigma in like a flashback. Is the only time I've seen his face. So I don't know. It seems weird. It's like it seems the game is constantly trying to make you, the player, feel like you are the guy, which is kind of cool, but it's kind of weird because you're the only one not talking then, because you're not a written character, but everyone else is speaking and they're fully voiced. So I don't know. These are just little observations. I'm still generally enjoying it. I still play it pretty much every day. And I'm slowly working through that story. And I won't elaborate on what's happening in that story because that's the whole point of the game. Yesterday, I guess just you brought up Tempest. I downloaded and started playing Jonathan Minter's new game, TXK. Have you guys?
No idea what this is.
Okay, it's Tempest again. It's new Tempest. He keeps making the same game, and it's got better graphics than ever. It's got way more songs, and that's awesome. But it's still crazy hard, and I'm not good at it, and it makes me sad because like I went through the credits, and they let you kind of just see how robust that soundtrack is. I was like, man, this sounds awesome. Except I'm only ever hearing the first song because I'm only ever seeing the first 6 stages because I suck. So I don't know. I need to get better, or they need to put in a just trip out, man, like a music visualizer mode. That's what I want. I just want to shoot. I just want to shoot. Those guys, they come up the tunnel and then they crowd you, and you die. I don't know. Do you got John? Do you like Tempest? Are you good at Tempest?
I like Tempest.
Have you played like Space Giraffe?
No, I haven't. Keep in mind with the original Tempest though, you could pick what level you started on.
That's true. So like,
Yes, you could. Yeah.
once you get past a level, you do unlock it, I guess, but you get a lower score. So
Really? Because that's the opposite of what actual Tempest is. Because in actual Tempest, like, oh, if you start on this stage, you get like a 500,000 point bonus.
Oh, I guess you oh right, yeah. You get a bonus for starting at a later stage or something, but in theory though, if you're really really good, you want to play every stage, right? Because you'll be racking
That's
up
like
more points.
That's just like what was that Resogun? Resogun is the same thing.
So you get a default bonus, but if you're a master, you want to play all the stages.
I don't know if you get a default bonus, but you can get more if you go through the first ones.
Yeah, maybe it's like that. It's just kind of a leaderboard quest at that point. But I mean, it's still cool looking, crazy like vector graphics and everything. It's on sale for Plus members right now. It's like $8. I don't feel bad about it, but it was just like this hardcore arcade action that I was just like, man, like the things I'm liking are the visuals and the music, and like the gameplay is just kicking me in the face, and I just want to have fun, and I wasn't. So I don't know. I'll try it again. Ollie Ollie, I continue to play that. That is a game where I do enjoy all facets of it, gameplay, music, and visual, I guess, except, again, I kind of wish you could make your guy look different, but I've said that every single week. I'm at a point now, though, where it's just like I am doing, like, cleanup. I'm just kind of going through and doing, like, the final pro challenges on stuff. So I might be at a point where I'm pretty much just playing the daily grind, because that just lets you do crazy combos, and that's what I like doing in that game, whereas do this very specific trick is still totally beyond me. So, yeah. Still like it though. Today I checked out Pac-Man Championship Edition DX Plus, which is the kind of beefed up version of DX, which was on sale on Steam for like $5. I guess the one it's the same game I like. It's the same awesome game in general. However, they've put kind of more social features in it, so like leaderboard stuff and like Facebook and whatever. But the new stuff is still behind a paywall in it, which kind of bums me out. Like, there's a new...
I thought you would have gotten everything.
Well, I bought a couple things, but... Oh, you're saying with Plus, you think you would get just like, hey, we patched it and there's new stuff kind of thing?
No, weren't you talking about the Steam one?
Yeah, I'm talking about the Steam one. And yeah, I bought it again, and like there's DLC essentially in it. So if you want the Dig Dug skin, it costs like $1.
Okay, I thought the all-you-can-eat edition had everything.
Yeah, unless I bought like a lower tier version and didn't realize it or something, like each thing is piecemeal. So the main thing I wanted was the menu music has been remixed into like this giant 10-minute track that has kind of that weird heavy bass that the menu has. Great. That cost 50 cents, I guess, today, because it was also half off. But normally that stuff's $1, so it's kind of like, well, the game's on sale for $5, but I ended up spending $6 just so I could have music. There was another song I tried out. I don't know. It's kind of great, but also kind of lame that they kind of hit away some stuff. So I don't know. Hey, Wii Sports Club. Have you guys checked this out? You guys check that out?
Nintendo's
I'm
been trying
curious.
to jam it down my throat. So,
Wait, really? How so?
well, they remember they auto download it for you now.
Yeah, it's just on
No.
everyone's Wii U. If you
I haven't
have
turned
that.
my Wii U on since Mario.
Oh, it's
Oh.
probably on there.
Yeah, that would have been. You'll probably have gotten it right now. I think I got it just before
It
Mario
might
came
not
out.
connect to the internet, but soon when Donkey Kong shows up, I'm sure I'll get a lot of updates. I should probably update this thing.
Probably, yeah.
That just happened because we were basically finally updating Brittany's Wii U and transferring stuff from the Wii, so we actually got to see the Pikmin procession into the rocket and all that weird stuff Nintendo did for Wii owners. And then, yeah, we clicked on Wii Sports Club. So you get like a trial run for 24 hours. You get to just play everything in it. But I think past tonight, we will have to buy each game in it individually, or as part
They're
of a bundle or something.
cheap-ish though, as far as I'm aware of. They're like
Like what?
$5.
Like $5 each, or 12, like 10 or something, for 12 for all of them or something.
Something like that. There's like a subscription kind of deal you can get to.
Okay. As far as I can tell, it's basically like some of the more popular Wii Sports games, just HD, and there's online stuff now. Like, that's all it seemed to be. So I was playing tennis against people and doing terrible. I lost every single match of tennis. I'm so bad at Wii Tennis. And then I played bowling, and I did okay. But I just played by myself because I was so butthurt after losing all my experience. Because it's like you start building up experience to level up, but if you lose that experience. So I went from like almost being level 2 to being 0 points again. Like I might as well not have played Wii Sports Club. It was weird. You also get to like choose which club you're a part of. So Alberta Club, we're repping. There's like 3 people. But there were people playing. I don't know. Like I always found a game of tennis. I'm not sure if I'm actually playing.
That's interesting that they have that risk-reward system in there, because Wii Sports should be arguably the most like
casual thing ever.
like introductory game Nintendo could possibly make, right?
Yeah,
And
whereas
now
this
there
seemed like
Some
hardcore.
element of risk. It's like this is exactly opposite of what like thematic elements your game is supposed to be.
Yeah, so like you go in, it's like dude's level 9. I'm just like, oh crap, and they just whooped me on that court. It was crazy. But
Like to me, it's like old ladies. You know, they played their Wii Sports and they're like, man, I love this bowling. Now
Yeah.
they're playing their Wii Sports Club because they picked up a Wii U.
Sure, yeah. In this
And now they're
scenario,
like, man, I loved bowling. I'm gonna do it again. Oh wait, level 9, I lost. Well, games are silly. I'm going back to knitting or
Yeah.
you know whatever old ladies do.
there's some old folks home with a Wii U, and everyone there is like master tennis players. That's probably
But
what
now
happened.
they're afraid of the Wii U and they're just going back to the Wii.
Maybe. It's just
So
like,
like,
there's
this
people
one's
online.
easier. I like this one more.
Oh, I guess, yeah, you could sort of trash talk, but only with pre-selected things. So it's just like you assign 3 different phrases to your
Can you
D-pad.
customize the phrases?
No, well, there's lists of them. You can't put in your own thing, like just fuck you or something. You can't have that aggressive. But I chose pretty aggressive ones, and I was doing so bad, so I couldn't actually say it. It's just
What
like,
were your
"Take
aggressive
that."
ones?
It was like, how about that? All caps, that. And then there's like, you got served. And it's just like, I can't say these things because I am doing terrible.
Those are pretty
So-
aggressive. You're right.
The only one I had was nice. I was just like, nice every time I got destroyed. So, yeah, Wii Sports is finally online. Hooray. And
They
I
did.
don't know, in the last little bit, it's happened a couple times. We ended up just gathering around the TV playing Ticket to Ride when friends came over on Steam. So,
Sure.
yeah, it's kind of an okay adaptation of the board game. Like it's kind of the only annoyance I have is we're playing local like multiplayer, right? But it kind of the way it recaps what everyone's turn consisted of after every turn seems to be like from the online version or something. Like it's just kind of still there when it's like, no, I know, I just saw him do that turn, but it kind of just shows you the turns over and over again. There might be an option to kind of skip over some of that stuff or something, speed things up a little bit, but it seemed like games were taking a little longer than they ought to just because of this kind of bloated thing happening. That said, it is kind of nice to have like shuffling and all this stuff just automated for you on the computer. So, I don't know. We played a couple games. I actually finally won a game, and I felt pretty good.
Congratulations.
I got like one of the 21-point objectives. Like, it was like a big, long train. I was like, yeah, I did it. right near the end. Like, it was getting down to the final turns, and I finally managed to cash that in, and it was awesome.
I would just briefly mention, I kind of like all the shuffling and Ticket to Ride. It just kind of adds to, like, this is a board game.
Oh, no, like, that's kind of the trade-off, because, like, I actually like the little plastic pieces and the little colorful trains on the board, and it's just kind of filling out and everything. Like, you don't get that satisfaction at all. In fact, there's maybe a few just UI confusion with, like, how stations work and stuff in the computer version, but I don't know, it seems okay. And they give you Europe and the default one just as part of the same package, or at least maybe that was the Humble Bundle I got included it or something. I don't know.
I think the Humble Bundle included it.
Oh, okay. But then there's, like, all the other versions of the game are in there as, like, downloadable stuff, so I haven't looked into how much those are, but it's a fun game.
A lot of
I
them
don't know.
now.
There's trains. It's trains. But that's it. That's all for games I played this week.
Moving on to news then.
Yeah, let's finally explain why we were being so cagey about Flappy Bird.
I'm sure people listening already know why, because it was fairly big news, but...
Holy crap, was it big news. I was at work reading Metro, the local, like, free newspaper. Flappy Bird was in it. And it's just like, what is going on? Like, it's just like, this is crossed over so hard, and it's like...
That's like
really
one
weird.
step right below. I was at the Wendy's picking up the weekend news. Do you remember like that like 2-page thing with like ads all?
Oh yeah, like the little daily news with like it's got a word jumble. And
yeah.
There's
it is literally one
question.
page, double-sided. There's 3 jokes on this side. The
Yeah.
rest are all like, I'm selling my motor ads or something.
There's like a coffee stain on it, and then just below that, there's like a Flappy Bird summary. And it's just like, this is what happened. It was so crazy. So yeah, dude, like Miss Don Nguyen, I guess Dong Nguyen from Vietnam, developed this game. It caught on like wildfire eventually. I guess it came out like 6 months ago.
That's what I wanted to say, because this was a huge shock to me when I was hearing more of the story. This game came out in March.
Yeah, or like, was it? I thought it was September last year.
I believe it's March. That's what I heard. March. I heard March.
At any rate, it was like months and months of being in existence, basically as it is. It was called Flappy or Flap for a little while, I think. Flappy, something like that. It was
I
not.
didn't know this part.
Yeah, the word bird was not that. Whatever. Like just like through the whole internet was talking about this, so it's just you just start absorbing all this Flappy Bird information. It exploded, became this big thing. Everyone was talking about it. A lot of people were getting really upset. A lot of people were really mad and just tweeting how angry they were about how this game. But then a lot of people were saying this is great. And then I don't know, a combination of all this stuff, people obsessively playing it, people yelling at him on Twitter, like.
Yeah, so there's a few points I wanted to make sure that were mentioned.
Sure.
Stuff is crazy. One thing is I can't remember which news source looked into this. But there was an actual traction of the review scores it was getting on the App Store based on when it came out, so like now.
Yeah.
And there was an actual correlation between just once more people started playing it, its rating went up. So just a weird kind of like, once it hit like the mass market, I guess the mass market's concept of what a good app is went down, so it started getting higher reviews just because... I guess mass market is more easily entertained. Which was definitely interesting and helped promote it. Another thing, I think we mentioned this last week, but he was getting $50,000 a day.
Ad revenue.
Through just ad revenue. The game is free, so just ad revenue.
Hold on a second on that point. That was actually one of the things that a lot of people were getting upset about, because that was kind of an unsubstantiated guess by The Verge.
Right, like, that's what I heard, is The Verge looked into that, yeah.
Yeah, The Verge posted that number, and it got repeated everywhere. That number might be a little, like, more squishy than that. It might not be as solid at 50K. But at any rate, dude was making a fair share of money from this game. Despite all that, decided to remove it from the App Store and the Android store.
Took it down from everywhere.
Yeah, I saw.
Which is why you cannot update your game anymore.
Yeah, that update went up like 24 hours or 48 hours before it got taken down forever, like the whole game, and I missed it out. Brittany has it, though, so I've seen what it looks like. She also totally trounced my score. She has like 60-something. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, the game, a lot of people are saying, like, this is just a fluke. Other people are kind of looking at it really seriously as, like, well, what did this do different? Like, is there lessons to be learned here? All I know, like, right now the App Store is just full of clones. Like number one as of today was Splashy Fish, which, as you can probably guess, is basically the exact same thing. I actually like the original creator of the game. He's still doing okay. Like his game, Shuriken Defense or whatever, and Juggling are still up there. Like I think Juggling was in the top 10. It is another little game.
I think we should also mention it seemed he took it down just from all the like abuse he was getting on the internet. One specific thing I had seen, Patrick Klepek tweeted like a search on Twitter. If you looked up like Flappy Bird plus the word murder in any kind of way together, it was just people just being horrible towards him.
Yeah. And like, I almost wonder if like part of that is just like this game's so frustrating. Oh, I hate you. Like in that kind of.
No. A lot of the people were people who didn't like the game and were sending him shit about that.
And a lot of the ones I was reading was people saying, if you take it down, I'll murder you and stuff. So no matter what he did,
it's like people are addicted to my game now. Yeah.
Did you see people selling their phones online for over $1,000 because
I saw that as well, like the bids and stuff. There were people saying like this might just be like eBay people trolling, like they're just kind of abandoning that account right after they bid. Like who knows how many of those actually sold, but yeah, there was immediately after it happened weird stuff like that. But I mean, the clones and then I guess like the tribute games is what I guess I'd call Maverick Bird. Like it's a Flappy Bird fan game, I think is like the subtitle or whatever.
Right.
And it's kind of Terry Kavanagh's riff on those mechanics and that kind of simple thing. And it's kind of fun. So, I mean, it's not inherently bad or anything. It's just the Mario pipes and the popularity and stuff definitely made a lot of people kind of flip out over it, like angrily. I at this point, after playing it a little more, like it's kind of this harmless thing. Like I don't know. I had a decent like it's a perfect like I have a minute. Let's play like a game, and it's just like, oh, I failed, whatever. And like no commitment, nothing. Just you can jump in.
A really interesting part is it just like this is like a wonderful example of like if you can just get on like the front page of the App Store for 1 second, and just connect with like the right people at the right time, it can explode. Because like this, we mentioned it last week. This game is Helicopter. It's right. This game has been done before. I'm sure plenty of other games have done this exact game.
I mean, that's how all the clones already exist. It's like developers just like, oh, okay, went home within like 48 hours, 72 hours, were able to basically recreate this game and put a fish in it. Like, it's like, whatever. It does not require too much. So I guess in a way it's encouraging. You could make your own game and it could be the next thing. Who knows? But at the same time, you could also get way too much attention and have people yelling at you. And that would be crazy. So in a way, it's kind of cool that dude didn't sell out or anything. He just kind of said no, stop it, and turned it off. But yeah, weird story.
I think one of my favorite parodies that came out of though was Flappy Bert from Sesame Street, where you're literally Bert being carried around by a bird, and every time he passes a pipe, he goes, nah, and if you die, he yells Ernie, and that's it.
What?
Great.
I think just in the same vein of that, there's a few like Flappy jams going on right now.
There seems to be those game jams springing out, like with the candy jam. Like it just seems like people are just looking for reasons to have jams.
That's one way to look at it. Another way you can look at it is like, hey, people are just making games.
Sure.
Games are easy to make. It seem well. I don't want to say they're easy because I can't make a game, but it just seems like there's a ton of people out there that are like, this is fun, and they're able to make this community, and that's kind of nice and funny. Like,
sure,
that's funny.
Yeah. So fun stuff resulted from this whole thing. It's kind of weird, and there you go.
Right.
Who knows?
All right, we got two more news topics. One of which is short. The next one is great, and then we got a whole bunch of questions. So Steam tags, which are just weird. From what I understand, they're basically like just tags on an internet, like a blog post. You tag this, so it's searchable in some way. You put keywords in your tags, right?
Yeah, just describe what this is.
Yeah, I do that with the podcast. I put video games. I put top-down perspective, stuff like that.
Right, or like on YouTube or whatever, you just kind of be like, what game is it? What do we talk about in this episode or something? Sure. Like whatever, relevant information that helps people find stuff.
So, real quick things. I know you have a lot more to say about it, but I just want to say my experience with it. So Steam updated. It says now recommended for you, and from what Steam has figured out, the games it wants to recommend me are the games on my wish list.
Yeah, I did
There
look
you
at that. It was just kind of like, this is literally all the stuff. I should just turn that stuff off, and then I might. Yeah, it's like, hey, you should maybe buy The Seventh Guest. And it's like, I know, I expressed interest in
everyone
that.
was like, that's my wish list. So thanks for that.
One of
Steam.
my friends is saying Doom 3 is too spooky, though. So
that's
I
his
think
tag,
that's an
too
endorsement. Too spooky. It's just the number 2, and then it says spooky.
A lot of people were tweeting. A lot of people were tweeting this Tumblr this morning, Steam tags. See if I can find it again. But some people are just kind of abusing this in really weird ways.
You can't be surprised by that.
Abusing? What do you mean?
On the internet? What?
No, it's more like you might be describing what I've been doing.
Oh,
I don't
well, okay,
know.
well, that too.
It's fantastic. Okay, I actually really like what this is, because it's basically just like, okay, I kind of want to look at the official Steam FAQ for like how they want developers to look at the information. Just a second. Tag anything you want. Tag in your language. Okay, what if I don't agree with the tag that has become popular for my game? Tags can be a good indicator of when there is a mismatch between how you perceive your game and how your game is perceived by customers. Often this is simply because there is some piece of information regarding the game that customers feel is missing from the store page. So the way that works out is people are being real snarky about Gone Home, and there's not a game, walking simulator. These are some of the most voted ones. Over on the Castle Doctrine page, Diva Developers on there. I may or may not have clicked +1 on that one.
Diva Developer?
Yeah.
Because they won't do the Steam sale? Wow, what the fuck?
No. I think it's just Jason Rohrer in general, the way that dude talks about games and perceives everything.
Actually, it looks like that
pretentious
Steam tags Tumblr page is no more. Someone changed it.
Okay. It's just, I don't know, in some way this is like the community giving information to each other. Like, for example, a good use of this, I think, might be like, if on the Far Cry 3 page I saw that it had Uplay, like, prominent, I'd be like, oh, that's, I don't know about that. Or like, I ran into this problem, and it actually really ruined a game for me. Red Faction Guerrilla, it has mandatory Games for Windows Live support. Whatever, that's okay. However, you can't save your game unless you're using it. So I played like an hour of it and then was like, all right, I'm just going to save and quit. You can't, because I didn't log in to Games for Windows Live. Cause
a lot of these seem like they should just be on the store page itself. Because I'm thinking like controller support. Well, that's on the Steam, like why? Like I guess
that's the thing.
The only way I could think of it not being on the store page is like, well, if it has a bad thing like Games for Windows Live, the developers don't want to say that, and it's like, then that developer just sucks. That's not my problem. They should just not be an asshole.
Well, that's true. Like, so this is the community, in theory, solving that problem for itself, like for each other. Like, just like, hey, just a heads up in case you didn't know, this is only a multiplayer game or something, or this only has this, or this bug happens or something. Like, for example, for some stuff, or it's just a weird way of expressing that you like a game. Like, I was on the Burnout Paradise one, and it was like, last good racing game was a popular tag, and you're just like, yeah. Sort of.
Wow.
It seems like this is more like make a forum post or a comment, because who is going to search last good racing game? Like, this is the equivalent of like stupid Twitter hashtags.
Or like overly specific concept pages on Giant Bomb or something, like the wiki, where it's just like no one would ever search for that. That's not going to happen. However, like some of them are actually
search for top-down perspective. That's weird.
You could, yeah. Like if you want to search for like thematic.
Hey, we didn't find it. It found us.
Yep.
Like, I clicked on Depressing, and it had Papers, Please, and Cart Life, so that's a way people might find those games. But then it also made me aware of this Badger game, where you play as a badger being hunted, and I was like, oh, maybe...
Yeah. Is that Depression Quest?
No. It's under the new tag,
because I've actually heard of the Badger game. I can't remember the name of it.
I think Depression Quest, you're a human.
Okay.
Shelter is the name of the Badger game.
I have heard of that as well, yeah.
Right, but, so, I mean... It might be a way for just like
it's so subjective. Like
yeah.
like every game is somebody's favorite game, so every game is tagged favorite or like best game of all time. Like
Well,
what?
not all of them.
Well,
Like,
no, I think in that case, if every game is rated best game of all time, eventually they're going to just rank it by points. Like, oh, this game got 5,000 best game of all time rankings. So
right.
But then like at that point, it's just like a community choice one, and I'm pretty sure Steam already had like what game is popular on Steam right now, and it's Dota 2. Like I don't need something else to tell me Dota 2 is the best game of all time.
Well, it might be a way to find more offbeat stuff if you're looking for it. Like, it's just for you to sort stuff. Like, say I'm way into Kentucky Route Zero, and it's like, oh man, there's only 2 episodes. What else is even remotely like that? This is a way to do that, right?
I feel like it needs more structure. I feel like
Oh, it's in beta right now.
it needs
anyway.
regulation. That's what it needs.
like it almost needs like you can't make the tags, but here's like a list of 1,000 to pick from because again, you get too specific, that serves nobody. It's funny maybe twice.
Right.
If you've come across it. But again, I'm not going to search for last good racing game ever. And if it's just I want a game like Kentucky Road Zero, then they should just straight up have a, hey, you like this game? Here's 3 others you might like. Like, everything has that.
doesn't
Amazon
Steam
has
have
that. I would
Okay.
assume everything has that.
Oh, well, I don't know. Like, I scrolled down on the Kentucky Route Zero page, and it's like recommendations seem totally unrelated. It's like DayZ, Rust, and Total War 2. Like, or Total War Rome 2. It doesn't help anybody.
Must
Like,
be
that's
based
not-
on what other people are playing that picked it up.
I guess so,
Or-
yeah.
Or
So,
picked
like,
up around the same time, so it could have been like, oh, these games were picked up together during a Steam sale.
whereas if I click on point-and-click adventure, it's like, oh, Broken Age, or like the Blackwell games. Okay, like that's putting people on a path. So, I mean, it's only as good as how people are using it. It's still being tested or whatever.
So, Nathan, how are you using it?
I'm using it to, I don't know, basically, like, I already like that they have Steam reviews just as a thing, but I'm also just using this as kind of just flagging terms I think are appropriate for games, where it's just like, no, yeah, that is a feature in this game that people might want to know about, recommend that tag kind of thing. And I don't know. I thought it was kind of fun. I started doing it today. But as we said, like, people are using it in kind of a weird, snarky, passive-aggressive way, which I might like sometimes. Depends how I feel. I don't know. It's a way to pass judgments on games, and that's cool. But, yeah. I don't know.
All right. Next, now we got to get in the big news story that happened today.
Yeah.
I would say arguably the best Nintendo Direct we've had, maybe just in a long time or maybe ever.
Okay.
I don't know if I go that far, but it actually did have a lot of things for people.
It was really good. Like, because there's been a lot recently where it was just kind of like release dates of
It's
games
like,
we
or
already
like
kind of
not
knew.
even an exact release date. It's just like, hey guys, Mario Kart in May. Whereas
Yeah.
now we know
Yeah.
the full story,
We know it's May 30th.
and
Well,
we
we
also
knew that
know some more
before.
stuff. But
But
yeah.
yeah, so I just watched it. They announced a ton of new games, a ton of eShop games. So I'm just gonna go down the list I have, and we can throw in whatever. If we have thoughts on each one, then stop me or whatever if we forget anything. Little Mac joining Smash Bros.
Yeah, psyched for that. That was one of the 2 characters I wanted in it.
Okay. Mario Golf has single-player RPG mode,
Oh, they brought back RPG mode. Yes.
and it
Castle
comes out
Club.
May 2nd. Yes.
I want it to
Castle Club.
also have mini golf, but oh well, we'll see.
So that game comes out May 2nd. So does Kirby Triple Deluxe.
Wait,
So
Golf and Kirby the same day.
Yeah, boom, double shot, Nintendo awesomeness.
they're doing it again. Mario Zelda. Now we got Kirby and Mario Golf.
It's just as big. Boom, May.
Kirby will have in-game items coming via Street Pass. Okay, whatever. Yoshi's New Island comes out March 14th.
Oh shit,
That's
that's
Pi
soon.
Day. Celebrate Pi Day with a new island.
Yeah, that'll be
Never been
That's
seen before.
that's we didn't say the date. Today's the 13th of February, so it's a month from now. Tomorrow's
Yeah.
Valentine's Day. We got another Ace Attorney game is in development.
And apparently a re-release of 1, 2, and 3 on 3DS is also in development, but I think that might be Japan only.
Okay. You seem to be investigating this Ace Attorney talk on the Twitter.
I really like Ace Attorney series.
So
Yeah,
keep it
basically
tabs.
the original developer of the first 3 games and Phoenix Wright cross Professor Layton. He's working on the new game. They're saying it might be a spin-off game, kind of like the Ace Attorney Investigation series. So they're saying it's probably not going to play like the traditional Phoenix Wright games. And then supposedly there's a second game by that team also in development, presumably still Phoenix Wright related or Ace Attorney related.
Okay.
And then so they did a bunch of down eShop stuff. First off, Steel Diver is getting a sequel.
That everyone wanted that.
It's
I
out
have
already.
the first
It's out.
one.
I have it too.
I got it
'cause
for
was
$9.
literally- I got it for 99 cents.
Wow,
Yeah.
where the fuck do you get it for 99 cents?
EB was clearing it out.
Over,
it was
over the summer, everyone was trying to get rid of Steel Diver and Pilot Wings.
and
so they still
Battalion
had
Wars
copies.
2. On the
Battalion Wars 2,
Wii.
yes.
Yeah, it was just
Um,
weird.
So yeah, Steel Diver, it's already out. There's a demo version that you can have of one stage in the game and then all of the multiplayer for free, or you can buy the game itself and get everything, plus extra submarines.
Oh, customizable submarines.
I don't know if they're customizable, but just...
No, they are. I watched the thing. You get more customizable parts if you get the premium. So you can like totally pimp out your sub. It's crazy, dude.
Wow. Okay, that's... Yep.
I know.
Nathan,
That's
big
the-
fan of sub pimping. There
Okay,
you go.
here's
Yeah.
probably arguably the most interesting one. Rusty's
October.
Real Deal Baseball.
Yeah.
So this is a free download. It's a minigame collection. And you get a trial version of all the minigames in there, and they're all baseball themed, some of which, and they made sure will make you feel like an umpire, make you feel like a pitcher, make you feel like a batter. And actually, one of the minigames I saw is someone actually carving down a bat, so you can actually make the bats in one of the minigames. The games seem to be $4. Like I said, the main game is free, but the minigames in there, apart from the trial version, are $4. However, the person giving you access to these minigames is, what is it, Rusty Slugger or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Some dog that used to be a pro baseball player. And if you have specific items, you can haggle the price of these games down.
What?
Yeah, you didn't hear about this.
That's great. It sounds almost like that rabbit that sold like the new Street Pass game.
I guess, but this is literally you saying, "Oh, wait a sec, and this is the example they showed. Rusty loves donuts. You had 2 donuts and you gave him one, so he's like, man, there's got to be something I can do for you. How about this? Give you a special deal." And then they didn't show what the new price was, which makes me think they haven't figured out what they want the new smaller prices to be yet.
Yeah.
But that's coming in April. But yes, you can
man.
haggle down, which I guess that's going to mean is someone's going to figure out how to get the cheap prices, and then there's going to be a FAQ online that we'll all read.
Yeah,
right?
everyone was saying that. Like, it's going to be, like, abused quickly.
That's kind of charming, though, I guess.
It's a
kinda
cool
interesting.
concept. It's a really cool concept.
Sure.
Yeah, so
Huh. Also, I like
Well,
baseball,
well,
I guess. I was playing that RBI, so... Woo.
they announced Pokemon Battle Troisy, which I guess is a sequel to Pokemon Troisy, so puzzle game. That's March 20th.
All those people
Okay.
really wanted that.
Inazuma 11 is making its debut in North America. It's already out. It came out
Yeah.
today on the eShop.
Like, what the hell? Okay, first off, made by level 5, so the latent people.
Well,
It's
yeah.
like-
Well, Inazuma 11 is not a new game.
No,
Holy
yeah, but I'm
crap,
just
no, it's not. This is a robust franchise.
What I'm interested in is it a full the full first game or something is on the eShop?
Yeah, believe so.
That's just kind of cool that they're like, you know what? The internet exists. We can literally push a button and it's there because it's the internet. It is 2014, people.
Wow, Nintendo just got that hooked up. It's awesome.
Yeah. So you want your Inazuma 11? Go get it right now.
And I guess we should say it's a soccer RPG.
Yeah.
So go
You get
go
to
do
train
that.
your guys by level 5. So Professor Layton. NES Remix 2 comes out April 25th.
Which is weird, because that NES Remix literally came out like a month ago.
I
month and a
know.
half.
Like as a purchaser of the first one, I'm kind of like, what the hell? Like what?
But wait, doesn't this make sense, like the speed, because wasn't the first one kind of just lazy?
True, but the second one's not really looking to be that much different.
It's
Yeah,
just
so that's why it's
better
so
game.
easy for them to put it out so quickly.
It's kind of bullshit because it's like, oh, that's where all the good games are. Like Metroid and Kid Icarus are in this. So
Mario
it's
3's in it, Kirby's
like, what
Adventure.
the all right.
Same with the brand new game. They said Super Luigi.
Awesome.
Apparently they're not letting the Year of Luigi go. The entire Super Mario Brothers played right to left instead of left to right.
Whoa.
And Luigi's high jump is in it.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Which, speaking of year of Luigi, apparently today's the last day.
Last day. It's ending. It's over.
Did they confirm that in the direct?
Well, it's
Someone on
fiscal
Twitter said that to me. I don't know.
No, I've seen that posted around a bit too. Like it was like a fiscal quarter thing or whatever. So I think it's over. Luigi's
Well,
reign
after
of
today,
terror
so
is over.
Today's the last day of the party. It's New Year's Eve. Everyone's
There's like
getting
8 minutes
wasted
left.
tonight.
Yeah. Who knows what havoc?
Luigi's getting wasted tonight. Best year of his life.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, what else we got?
They continue to Game Boy Advance games coming to Virtual Console this spring, starting with Metroid Fusion, Mario & Luigi, Mario Advance 3, and others.
Although Mario Advance 3 is Yoshi's Island, I think.
Yoshi's Island, yes. Yeah.
So it's not the one you want.
And apparently the ones coming to Japan are Mario Advance 2, WarioWare, Advanced Wars, Golden Sun, and F-Zero. So we got the shaft.
Fusion's good, though. Fusion's really good.
Fusion,
Yeah,
Yoshi
but
Island are
Golden
good,
Sun
but
is arguably my favorite Game Boy Advance game.
I'd argue that a Japanese list is much better than what we got. Although our list is still pretty good for the 3 we were named.
WarioWare's pretty pimp, too, so...
Yeah, well, for one, they're getting 5, so...
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
here's the thing. Why is it Wii U and not 3DS?
They're on 3DS, aren't they?
Well,
Like,
those
I
are
mean, the Ambassador...
those games they listed, at least ours, are the Ambassador games, yes. But
Some
they
of them,
don't
anyway.
count. Yeah, that's weird.
I was like, dude, I was playing WarioWare on the 3DS like 6 months ago.
Hey, we should just be excited that Nintendo put Inazuma 11 on the eShop that fast.
It's true. We announced it and it's out. Boom. Go get it.
Yeah.
So
That's a Steve Jobs moment right there.
one more thing. Inazuma 11, and then the crowd went wild. It was crazy.
New footage from X was shown, which I don't even remember X.
That's that crazy cool looking mech RPG that I keep mixing up with other stuff.
Sequel to Xenoblade Chronicles. That
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it's from that team, and it looks kind of rad, but that's
Only
just
release
based
date
on
was 2014
snippets.
in Japan, and then
Okay.
some new footage for Bayonetta 2, which I didn't really think it looked that good, graphically wise.
It looks kind of like Bayonetta. Yeah.
You're also watching like a streamed footage of it, so it's gonna look a little bit garbage.
I mean, I played the
it
demo.
looked really nice at E3.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
crazy, weird twisting
All right.
dragons and stuff, and building, smashing, and all that weird craziness.
But I mean, Bayonetta itself was already crazy over the top. So
Although I was playing it with the weird touchscreen controls, and I don't think that's how you want to play it, but
No.
it was easy. It was really easy. I had it on the lowest difficulty. Anyway, Nintendo Roundup, crazy lineup of stuff.
Yeah,
and
so I
where
thought
did
that
they
was...
say? Wasn't there the Koopa Kids are in Mario Kart?
all 7 of the Koopa Kids are playable in Mario Kart 8.
Oh, dude, gonna get my Ludwig von Koopa. Gonna mess you guys up. It's gonna be
Mhm.
awesome. He's got the crazy.
Are you honestly excited for that?
I
I'm
don't
sure
know.
there are some people out there actually excited about that.
They're just
Yeah.
finally I can play as my all-time favorite Koopa Kid.
They have a following, believe it or not.
Dude.
Those 7 characters.
This game
Like-
right here.
As far as I'm concerned, the only cool bad guy in the Mario universe is Birdo, because it's just a weird thing, and that's
Like,
that's
you
it.
just get to the end of the stage, you're like, what is that? What's happening? It's shooting.
Well, I don't
eggs.
even know if
This is
it's a
weird.
boy or a girl.
Like, this is freaking me out. Yeah, whereas just like, oh, it's a giant turtle. Like, whatever. That's not that scary. But yeah, Ludwig, though, I actually thought he was cool. I actually have a favorite Koopa Kid. Like, I don't know.
Okay, no, I'm not
I
trying to
don't
say.
think I don't think it's weird. Whatever, man.
I'm
Go
not
for
trying
it.
to say it's
Be
weird. I
proud
guess
of your
I'm just-
enjoyment of the Koopa Kids.
Yeah,
No,
Castle 4 was the best.
Honestly, I'm not trying to say anything against it.
Seven.
I never even considered them to
Anyone
be
thought that.
characters almost.
Wendy.
As far as I'm concerned,
Crazy.
it's just here's the green turtle, here's the blue turtle, here's you know what I mean?
But Wendy had a bow, and she had those weird hoops. It was crazy, dude.
Right. Which one was Ludwig in 3? Was that 4?
Ludwig von.
He wasn't. I'm used to him being 7 now because of the new series.
He's. I think he's still there. He's got the blue hair.
This is the most I've ever talked
Which is
about
weird.
the Koopa
He has
Kids in my
blue
life.
hair in the manual, but white hair in the game.
I think that's Mario World you're talking about right now.
Yeah, I'm talking about Mario World. Like it
No.
was just like I'm looking at this picture in the manual.
Ludwig's
What
like
is
boss
this?
2, I think, in that one, or maybe he's 4. It's 2 or
He's
4.
he's 4.
Okay.
He fights the same as Morton though, who is in 2. Well, no, he doesn't, because he's jumping around on the stage, but whatever. super specific. Super Mario. Welcome to Super Mario World Podcast.
Super Mario World Podcast.
It's game of the week every week.
Mario World Podcast.
I'm not going back to grab my cartridge. I put it back.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay, I interrupted. What is the big tropical freeze?
Yeah, last little thing, this is just odd to me. So Kotaku's been playing Tropical Freeze. Turns out when you start the game, you get your double screen. In the menus, double screen. But when you start playing it, you have to pick which screen you're going to play on because the other one turns off.
What?
It is a one-screen game for the Wii U. I would like to remind everybody that a few weeks ago, Nintendo decided to double down on the 2 screens for their planned strategy to save the Wii U.
Yeah.
What?
We're making it more important than ever.
By getting rid of its interesting functionality.
In our next big title. Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Literally, the next biggest title, which, keep in mind, is arguably one of their biggest titles because they thought Cranky Kong at the Spike VGAs was a huge announcement.
I think they were just showing how little they actually give a shit about Spike VGAs.
Yeah, that was like a screw you to Jeff Keighley by Reggie. He was just like, yeah, VGX, psh, I'm bigger than this. Whatever, got my Metro pin.
Just the fact that we're, I don't even understand why you don't have just, the double screen. The double screen is the laziest thing ever. But now it's just whatever. No.
Why are there just bananas on it or something? It's just a big barrel. I don't know.
I'm sure there's the logic of, now it'll save actually battery power so you can play the game longer.
Okay.
I don't know. Let's keep, in Mario Kart 8, it's a horn button, which is bullshit.
Or a map.
Or a map. Yeah. Duh. Of course it's a map.
You just reminded me, with Wario, though, he farts. So...
What?
That's what the horn does.
His horn is a fart horn.
Mario Kart 8, Game of the Year, contender.
Which, you know what? Actually, quick thing. I went to see the Lego movie this last weekend. Trailer for the Sherman and Peabody movie.
Yeah.
Has no less than 3 poop/fart jokes.
So going for quality there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what Sherman and Peabody were totally known for, to be fair.
Yeah.
Is just
anyway,
intelligence.
So I just, again, thought that was super weird considering one of their big things to save the Wii U was we're going to double down on interesting uses for the double screen.
Well, I mean, they said this a couple weeks ago, right? Because I'd imagine that game was already probably gone gold by then.
Yeah. So,
but
starting now.
What? Yeah, starting now. But
from this point on, we're actually going to consider this gamepad as an integral part of the experience.
This is a moment in history. Every Wii U game has had double screen for something. This one does not.
Okay.
Okay. I don't... questions?
You mean emails?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we got any... Oh, actually, we did. Crap, I gotta get the emails up.
Emails?
All right. So, hey, you guys who aren't watching on the YouTube channel, which is Top Down Perspective on the YouTube, we have an email address at topdownperspective@gmail.com. We also have a Facebook page over at that thing. Man, I don't know. Facebook. Did you watch your movie, John? Did you watch the movie?
No.
John's Facebook, the movie?
No, I didn't.
What?
John, did you not see this stupid trend that happened 2 weeks ago? I'm bringing up old things.
No. Do you mean Facebook, of your...
Yeah, it's like a summation of your time on Facebook.
Oh, I don't give a shit about Facebook.
All right. Anyway,
So-
we give a shit about Facebook over here at Top Down Perspective, though.
Sorry, let me rephrase that. I don't give a shit about my own Facebook.
Fair enough.
My own personal one.
Our page there, we post the episodes and everything. Occasionally, I ask a question or something. Stuff happens. So check that out. Also, Twitter at TDP Podcast. That is another viable means of sending us questions, like these ones. Should I read the first one or?
Yeah. Or let's do the email one so I can put my phone down.
Oh, okay. So we'll start with the topdownperspective@gmail.com question.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So Cody writes in and says, "Are there any video game tropes or cliches that really annoy you? Personally, I hate the JRPG trope where the villain believes the world is corrupt and must destroy all humanity to begin a new Star Ocean 4 .
Oh man, Star Ocean, yeah, that's so.
I would like to say everything that goes on in Bravely Default is a cliche.
Pretty much. It is incredibly cliche to...
Yeah, so
like
I'm
Amnesia.
totally over the one, Amnesia, the one kid who is just a nobody, but now he's going to save the world because he's the chosen one.
Mm-hmm.
The one girl who needs the guy to guide her. Like, ugh. Worst.
But dude, Symphonia had that, and you loved that game. So.
But you know
What
what
do
I
you
love
mean?
more? Vesperia. And
Oh.
there was no amnesia in that. And he had a backstory beforehand. He was interesting before that.
And he hung out with a dog wolf that smoked a pipe.
Yeah. Or had a knife in its mouth to attack people.
Okay. Sorry, I'm reading. We just got a fresh question in on the Facebook page, so I was like, oh, weird. And looking at that. What's going on? Cody sent us a question, and it was about. I just had an Alzheimer's moment. What's going on? What was the?
okay?
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. What is the question we're answering?
Least
right
favorite, like, cliches or
now? Least
cliches that
favorite
really annoy you.
cliches. Sorry, yes, that's right. I brought up amnesia, but that wasn't.
I think you just
answer.
suffered amnesia for a second.
Exactly. I forgot who I am, and whatever. Actually, never mind. I was at a science center, and I know now why that happens, but not important. What is my favorite? What was my least favorite cliche? Drawn out introductory tutorial stuff, maybe. Like I just want to get going. Like read the manual.
Bravely Default has that.
They just jump you in, or they have a drawn out thing.
There's
They have
like
a
this
drawn-out thing,
there's this
okay.
quest system in the game, but it's only tutorials.
Okay.
And like
Yeah.
they will give you like quests for tutorials for things you've probably already done like in the first hour of gameplay when you're at around hour 20.
Yep.
Oh, weird.
Like,
Okay.
check out your stats.
It's just like, of course I know how to do that. Like, yeah, the ones that kind of like tell you how to do things after you've already had to do those. So it's like, through just engaging with it, I figured this out. Why do you then feel the need to like reiterate just with text blocks or something? So I don't know. Probably that. I'll stick with that.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Next question. Actually,
Okay.
this is not a question, more of a comment. We were talking about the Wolf Among Us last week. Joey wrote in and said, if he remembers correctly, Jack from Fables is all of the Jacks from Fables.
Didn't I say that as a joke?
Maybe. Okay, here's an actual question. This is from Andrew. He has two. The first one is last year. I got into a lot of fighting games, picking up Guilty Gear X2 Reload, Guilty Gear Azuka, Skullgirls, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and Tekken Tag Team Tournament 2 Wii U Edition. That's a stupid name.
It's Tekken Tag. There's no team. It's Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
Yeah, okay, that's way
Okay,
better.
it is one word less stupid. So I was wondering if there are any fighting games you're looking forward to this year. He's personally looking forward to the new Smash Bros.
I'm looking forward to the new Smash Bros. And Guilty Gear XTH. I think
Isn't
that's how
there
you pronounce it.
another Persona Arena thing?
Yeah. Oh my god. It had like that best name. I couldn't remember what it was.
Name, yeah.
Okay. Although I haven't played the first one either, but I like Persona stuff, so that's at least on my radar, which isn't normal for this genre. Beyond that, not really. I mean, Smash Brothers, I'll check out, but
Persona 4, the Ultimax Ultra Suplex Hold.
that's the one. Can't wait.
And I'm not. I guess Smash is it for me, but I'm not a big fighting game guy.
John, do you have a better sense on like, oh man, that's totally like Tekken Cross Street Fighter or the other one that's finally happening? It's not, right? That basically is canceled.
I'm psyched for the new Guilty Gear, so really, that's like
That's it?
I casually follow fighting games now.
Okay. But
Question
wait.
two.
Okay, sorry. Just isn't that like Tekken and Street Fighter reversed things? Isn't that supposed to happen, or did that just unofficially die?
There's rumors that it died because of the how unpopular Street Fighter Cross Tekken was, and there's rumors that it's still intact because Tekken or the Harada's Tekken team are just like, all right, we'll still do it, but we're all busy working on Smash Brothers right now, so eh.
Oh, okay.
There's
Sorry.
also rumors that there's a new like full-blown Tekken game coming out this year as well, so.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Second question from
Actually,
Andrew.
all right.
I
I
recently
want to play
acquired-
DOA 5. I'm just gonna keep doing it. Skype. Anyway,
It's not
DOA
Skype.
5.
There's a bigger delay on Google Plus than there is on Skype.
I want to play that. Sorry, Sean. What is the question?
I recently acquired a PSX, so now I need some games, as I only currently own Tomb Raider 1 to 3 box set. So any recommendations? He's already looking at Crash 2 and 3, the Spyro games, Ape Escape, and the first two Persona games.
All good choices. Good luck getting the 2 Persona games cheap, though. Metal Gear Solid. God,
Can someone explain to me the difference between the PSX and the PlayStation 1?
That's just a different way of abbreviating PSX
Hey,
for PlayStation 1.
actually, no. Weirdly, that has become the thing. However, there is a digital video recorder.
Oh, right. The actual PSX in... Is it China? I thought it was Japan. Or, sorry, I thought it was China. I didn't think it was Japan.
Fully
I might be
PS2. It was released in Japan on December 13th, 2003. Like, that's why I'm always like, are people just saying PlayStation, or did they actually get this crazy weird thing? But okay, that's not important. But there, fun trivia. There's actually a PSX, and it's not what you're thinking.
I enjoyed the Tony Hawk games.
Okay.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
That is a top tier.
Final Fantasy's nice.
That 7th one,
Yeah.
I actually like the 9th one as well. And I mean, there's weird ports of older stuff.
There's a shit ton of RPGs on it. I'm literally
Yeah.
looking at my game collection here from FPS1. Parasite
Chrono
Eve,
Cross.
Parasite Eve 1 and 2,
Mm-hmm.
the
Alright,
original
there's
Grand
a-
Theft Autos, the Resident Evil games.
Resident Evil 2. Play that one. It's really good. There you go.
And 3.
What, like D? Was that on there?
Yes, I think. Actually, that might have been just the Saturn. I'm not sure.
Okay, just Paul's been talking about D as being a cool game, so it's just like, oh, okay. Kind of interested about that. I don't know. I didn't have a PlayStation when it was the thing, so Crash Bash. That's a great, terrible party game. Don't play it. Next question.
Patrick writes in, "Hi guys, love the podcast. I have a quick question for the three of you. Are you guys familiar with the 4X genre of games, such as Master of Orion and Galactic Civilizations? And if so, what are your opinions on it?"
They're like space RTS kind of sims, right?
I just know them mainly as board games.
I've heard of them. I've never played them. They seem complex, but I can
Yeah.
see why they have their audience.
I'm trying to think the board game I'm looking up. What is the... Okay, 4X, they stand for Explore, Expand, Exploit, and Exterminate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it looks like, no, there's plenty of video games about them, too. What's the game I know... Twilight Imperium is the one I'm thinking of. I haven't really played them.
Yeah, it's like I like science fiction, like hardcore, deep PC stuff like that. Like I haven't played them. Like I just don't know.
Yeah.
I'm clicking the 4X tag on Steam though. Just got introduced to a world's, I don't know. Weirdly,
Burnout Paradise
Civ
is
5.
in this list for some reason.
Oh, weird. I love that game. Yeah, I put it there to mess with people. No. Civ 5 is in here, so I've played that. It's
I could
okay.
probably come up with a way of Burnout Paradise actually being a 4X game.
Mm-hmm. Exterminate, like all these
Explore.
sort of happens. You explore
I
the
don't know.
city.
I don't know about Expand.
I always thought they were sci-fi only, but it looks like Civ is in here. So I guess from that metric, some of Sid Meier's stuff I have played. So there you go. But I am woefully undereducated in the genre, so maybe I'll check it out one time.
Last email question, and it's pretty open-ended, so maybe we'll just think of one thing each or something. This is from Hannah. Hey guys, if there was one thing besides a new F-Zero game that you could have been announced in the latest Nintendo Direct, what would you have wanted it to be?
New Star Fox game.
New Metroid game. Like maybe in the vein of like just a side-scrolling thing, but I liked the Prime games as well. So
New Wii U release. That is a new IP and a full-blown commercial release, not just a
Pretty sure
digital download.
Miyamoto's working on that, though, isn't he?
Yeah, I know, but I would have liked to
Yeah.
hear something on that at all.
Okay. I
Trying
don't
to,
know. I'm really just happy about the Inazuma 11 thing.
I'm honestly shocked we suddenly got that.
Yeah, like that's such an out there thing, and the speed in which we got it, like it's totally just that's great. Like you're firing on all cylinders. That's really awesome. So I can't really think of something I'm missing at the moment.
Wario's Woods with online multiplayer, because I suspect I'm really good at that game, but I
Really?
don't know if it's true. How Hey, maybe I'm really really good. I don't know yet. I need to know. So that's what I want.
Yeah, I don't really
They
have
said
something.
anything. So
I'm not really missing anything at the moment. I'm pretty content. Sorry.
no,
All right.
that's
Let's go through the questions we have picked out now.
okay. This first one's from Christopher. What is the longest single session of non-stop gaming you've ever had? 10 to 20-minute breaks every 2 hours is acceptable. Like,
Okay,
you
so like bathroom breaks and stuff are
you
fine.
can grab
Okay.
some food or something
Yeah.
or hit the bathroom, but just non-stop all the time gaming.
Okay. This is easy for me. It's doing the endless set lists in Rock Band in
Okay.
one sitting. Especially the one where you're not allowed to go for bathroom breaks. The Bladder of Steel achievement.
Yeah.
So I don't know how long those were, but we did 1.5 of them in a row for Rock Band 2. So that must have been close to 12 hours.
Okay.
Obviously, that one we had bathroom breaks because we were swapping out people, but yeah.
I think that it's typically around that like 10, 12 hours, like just full day of gaming thing. Like I know I did that with Metal Gear Solids 3 and 4. I just played them until they were over, pretty much. 4 specifically, I remember doing that. And then I think just it was like Elder Scrolls 4 or 5, probably both. Full days were lost to that. So, yeah. There's
John?
some.
See, it's weird for me to try to figure out that because I stream for 8 hours at a time.
Yeah, so that's just normal business.
So you're still doing it.
Yeah.
So that's like kid stuff. So the real answer is 49 hours or something.
I'm sure there's some game that I just like sat down and played start to finish, and the only game that's coming to mind at the moment is Killer 7.
Okay.
I played that to a point where I forgot to eat, went to go use the washroom, and then almost blacked out because I hadn't eaten anything.
That's so crazy.
That
That game's so weird too. Like to get just absorbed in it.
Dude, I was completely immersed in how like crazy that game was.
Next time you're on a date, open up with that line.
That story.
Yep, that'll win me a date right there.
It's like, did you know I played Killer 7?
Did you know I almost blacked out once because of a video game?
Right. That's a good lift.
I mean, it
Actually,
also happened in university because of projects, but no, I'll lead with the video game story.
What I'm trying to say is I'm very dedicated.
Yeah. Plus, if you know what Killer 7 is, good starting point. But
there you go. Shit.
All right. Second question from Christopher is: are any of you excited about the announcement of Little Mac being in Smash Bros?
will you
psyched.
main him?
I have
John.
no idea. I don't know those characters yet. I don't really care that he's in there.
I need to see how everyone plays first before I make that decision.
Exactly.
But
But
I will
John, you
definitely...
seemed excited.
Yeah, no. There were 2 characters I was hoping for to make it in. Little Mac was one of them. Waluigi's the second, but he's the one I have the least amount of faith for.
Whereas I'm kind of holding out for King Hippo, so can't wait. Just joking. So, do you think they'll have assist trophies for the other characters?
There are assist trophies. Mother Brain's an assist trophy. Ashley from WarioWare's an assist trophy.
But like Punch Out specifically, like that wacky cast, like Vodka Draginsky.
Last game, Little Mac was an assist trophy.
So he stepped up. Doc, maybe. Doc will be there.
I feel like Doc is probably going to be like part of his taunts or one of his moves or something.
That makes sense. But all right.
He asked you what his favorite flower is because his is chocolate.
Yeah, he does say that. Was it the same? Was he also in Super Punch Out, or is that somebody else?
Little Mac was not in Super Punch Out.
Okay.
Neither was Doc Lewis. You played as someone else. I don't remember the character's name, but every other version of Punch Out has been Little Mac. All other 2. Actually, I don't even know if the arcade version, which makes it 4 technically, I don't know if that had Little Mac or if that was just a generic character. I think because I believe Little Mac was made specifically for the NES, the home port of it. So
it
I
started
guess
life as arcade.
yeah, you didn't know that the Punch Out was an arcade machine. It was a head-to-head arcade fighting game.
Okay, I didn't have the one I played a bunch of was the NES one, so I feel like I might have seen it in one, but I don't know. Okay, news to me. That's crazy. Next question. Should we go? John, do you want to read the next
Go
one?
ahead.
Yeah, I'm on the next one here.
Okay.
Next question comes to us from Wayward. Are there any series, whether games, television, etc., that you've been wanting to check out but haven't had the chance to yet?
Another long question. Advance Wars is a good one. I just picked up that first game. I really wanted to play those.
Okay. I mean, television, I mean, it's still current, but people keep saying, yo, you watched True Detective yet? You seen True Detective? Holy shit.
I've never heard of True Detective.
All right, you just heard about True Detective, John.
All right.
Matthew
Now,
McConaughey and Woody Harrelson
All right,
in an
okay.
HBO series that's
All
supposed
right,
to be...
that already sounds pretty good.
I know, people are losing their minds. So I want to see it. I just haven't seen it yet. So
I
watched the
was
first episode this
gonna
week.
say Game of Thrones and like Walking Dead, but like I've seen episodes of both and they didn't grab me really. So
that's fair. The Killing, people say that's good. This dude at work loves The Killing. So it's amazing.
Game series wise, Mass Effect.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I've been meaning to revisit Mass Effect, but I've seen it already. I'm trying to think if there's like, I mean, 4X games apparently, but I don't know. I'm kind of blanking right now on like, oh, I've never even looked into this as like a game series or something. So I guess not. None spring to mind.
I'll take this next one because it's for me. This
Okay.
is from Allison. Hey, Sean, what are your recommendations for jobs in Brave the Default? And John, when will you be enjoying Pokemon X? I guess why for your case.
Well, not anymore because I have Bravely Default. And by the time I'm done Bravely Default, I'll be playing Trigger Happy Havoc Danganronpa, which is actually what I would have been playing had Bravely Default not come out.
The hell? What is that?
This is basically Phoenix Wright meets a murder mystery.
Ooh,
That sounds great.
That does sound great.
You play as a specific high school student in a building full of high school students that's been locked into a room or like some crazy building.
This sounds like 999.
It literally, yeah.
The only way to escape is to murder someone without getting caught. If you get caught, you yourself get murdered.
Ooh, shit.
This
So
sounds like
dark.
a board game or something.
I believe it is actually supposed to be a mix of like it's got like courtroom drama and also like searching around for evidence and talking.
That
to
sounds
people,
awesome.
So. Apparently, like everyone's been telling me, if you were really into Phoenix Wright, you will love this. So that's why I picked it up.
When did this come out?
Tuesday.
Oh, man. Okay.
So like I said, if Bravely Default hadn't come out, I'd be playing this. I'm picking up a game, I think, every day or every week for the next couple of weeks.
Jeez.
Next week is Earth Defense Force 2025. Week after that, I believe, is Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2.
Donkey Kong.
I'm seeing pre-order stuff for that, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. To Donkey Kong. And there's another game that I've got pre-ordered. I can't remember what it is.
Professor Layton is the week after that.
Thief.
And then, what are the games that were... I think New Yoshi's Island is supposed to be the beginning of March, or was... What was the game that was beginning of the March?
It was March 14th for Yoshi's Island.
Okay, so that's probably what I was thinking.
And as
job
for the part of
recommendation.
my question,
Metal
I
Gear
have-
Solid, that was the other game, sorry.
What?
That's next
the
month.
2-hour game?
Yeah, Ground Zeroes is next month.
Dude, it's 2 hours for 10% of it, okay? Like, if you're a real player, it's longer. But it's like 20, maybe. I don't know. I still want to check it out. But it might be terrible. I don't know.
Right. Job classes. Well, I have my Tiz as a Valkyrie, Anyez as a white mage, Ring a Bell as a black mage.
They said Knight was your highest rated one, right?
Yeah, I just switched the guy off into a Valkyrie.
Oh,
He was a knight for the longest time. And Adia is a spell fencer.
okay.
I like using those.
I kind of want to. I want to read this next question. It's pretty simple.
All right.
Brad asks, RoboCop?
RoboCop.
Which
RoboCop.
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah,
I also
Brad,
think-
I'm pretty sure asked because Brad's in a RoboCop like I am, and he asked me for my opinion on the movie. I hadn't said it. I was gonna
Check
make a
first
post on
part
Twitter,
of the
forgot to do it.
podcast.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just yes or no. So it's just like, yeah.
To be fair, the answer is also yes. So
Yeah,
Robot
there you go.
cops in general.
3
Favorite.
strong yeses.
All right.
The Juker writes, now that all the robots from Mighty Number 9 have been revealed, what are your opinions on the designs?
I didn't realize they were all revealed.
I haven't been following it, so I don't know. I was hoping John had something, but I guess none of us have anything on it.
All I've been hearing is like movie discussion. Like it was like Inafune was already like approached about movie stuff, which sounds weird, but maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm not. That's not true, but I'm pretty sure that story floated up this week. But I haven't really looked at the robots. I'm looking at the main guy right now. Kind of like Mega Man, a little bit, a little tiny bit. a lot. All the what it I don't know. Oh wait, no, Mighty Number 7. I'm looking at him right now. He looks like an apple or a cherry. He's an apple. This guy's great.
This is the worst segment.
Dude, this is a great segment. Apple Man is coming. All right. I haven't looked at him. I just did, and I apologize for doing so. You just deleted the question? All right.
Gone. It's out of here. No more.
Okay. Junkie GS, John, what were your favorite characters to play in Code of Princess? I picked up the game because I remember you said that you liked it.
Oh God. Fuck. I don't remember who I used to play as. I don't remember the names of the characters. It's been that long. I remember the main character was pretty good because she had decent range on her combos. The thief was also super fast, was really fluid for attacking. I don't remember the other two characters.
Okay.
The mage I remember not liking, but the thief and the main character were the ones I usually played in Code of Princess.
Okay.
I really should go back and finish that.
I guess it kind of cut off weird, but I am enjoying it a lot is also part of that. So sounds like feels good about the purchase. Also for Nathan, any Valentine's Day plans for you and your girlfriend? Yes, but not super elaborate because she's at work for most of the day. But I think we're gonna go downtown and kind of hang out, and also gift exchanging will happen at some point. Yeah. I bought her this
Games of the week.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! I've got one quick interjection first here that might sway you guys on something.
Sorry, yes, go ahead. I will also grab that last second question.
Cool. Apparently, I was pointing out in the chat, and I just verified it. Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, totally made by the same guys who did 999 and Virtue's Last Reward.
Oh shit, that makes so much sense. Is this not an official part of the Zero Escape series?
It's no, it's like it's published by the same company, and they did all those games and that, but it's not part of that franchise at all.
I believe I read something about the third game having some financial troubles actually.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's not
weird.
part of that, but that's crazy. Please play that game. I want to hear about it.
Alec asks, do you own the Bacon Bowl? Do you own?
What is with Bacon Bowl? I saw that spammed in the chat the entire time during the podcast.
Oh shit, I didn't know that. But
What is Bacon Bowl?
What is Bacon Bowl? That is the teaser
That's my
website.
answer.
Oh,
New
wait,
Matrix.
wait. Are they talking about the product where you literally make bowls of bacon for, like,
Oh,
food?
Oh Jesus.
If
I'm
that's what
looking
they're
at
talking about,
the picture.
A, that's funny, and B, no, because I don't want to die by the age of 30.
Yeah. Now I'm looking at bacon bowls and bacon mugs, and people are making things out of bacon that shouldn't.
Yeah, look, there is a product named the Perfect Bacon Bowl.
Okay. I don't.
Wait, is this a
own one.
bowl of bacon or a bowl
No.
made of bacon?
It's made
or
of
both?
bacon, and you eat other things out of it, and then you eat the bacon bowl. It's like a
So
bread
it's like
bowl, but bacon.
So it's like a nacho bowl.
Yeah, but bacon.
Okay.
So gross. No, I've never seen one, and now I know it exists. But yeah, I don't own one. Thanks for
Games of the week.
Games of the week. Sorry to slow that down.
Bravely Default.
Oh crap. Man, I actually
Mine's
don't
Bravely
know.
Default.
Okay, Bravely Default, Bravely Default. Like I had an okay time with a lot of stuff, but I'm gonna say threes.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
threes is good. There you go. 200th
Cool.
episode, landmark reached.
Super long. I need to go to bed. We have to end this.
Long
Holy cow,
and
it is late.
rambling.
The latest we've ever had one of these. Holy cow.
Yeah. Sorry
Well,
to
that's not true. We used to record around this time at the very beginning, but
dude. In Mighty Number 9, there's this apple, right? And he's
I'm gonna stop this recording. Thanks.
know,
See you
I
guys
apologize.
next week.
Night, guys. See you next time.
2 hours.